crime scene. Fill up on this. I don't know why it dropped the frame rates.
What usually causes that? Internet speed?
Yeah, but like I'm hardline into this, you know, right now, and I shouldn't be dropping shit. So, like, it's just kind of weird. I don't know. Fuck it. Let's just go. And let's start now. Alright, hey, welcome everybody. This is back to the Northwest Cali boys. Hey, we're going to be talking about various different things tonight, or today, whatever time frame or time zone you guys are in. I hope you all enjoy the show. Let me get my boy Jake here, and well, let me get you on there. Say hello.
Alright.
It's me on here, huh?
Yeah.
All right. So what's going on? What do we want to talk about today?
Well, it's good seeing you again, man. It's been a while, bro. Seriously.
Yeah, it sure has, man.
It's been a minute. But, dude, honestly, it's just been busy. You know, work, school, just getting things done to graduate. You know, the whole spiel, living the college life. But,
Yeah.
I cannot wait for it to be over. I cannot stand school. I cannot stand a lot of the people at school, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, no shit.
And it's just too PC for me, man. I can't stand it. And, you know, that lifestyle, some of these kids are just, I don't even know how to explain it, man. It makes me wish that there is a mandatory military service for these kids that come out of high school.
Yeah.
I'm just being completely honest. It's just, I don't know. They have no discipline, they're just lazy, and they think they're so damn entitled. It just gets old really quick.
Yeah.
You know, I look at them and I think, man, your parents obviously never beat the living shit out of you. You know? Shit. But that's pretty much it, really, dude. I mean, what's new with you?
Man, nothing. It's the same old shit, different day, brother.
Exactly.
You know, just going to school, same shit. You
Yeah.
know, and it's.
How's the audio feed? Yeah, it sounds like it's going through. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, there we go.
Huh? Not too bad, huh?
Yeah.
I know. We've taken a long break for a while now, and so it's like getting back into the groove of this shit. You know,
Yeah,
it's
man.
It's been kind of, you know, a little bit.
Yeah, dude.
You know, we took like probably about a good hour for everyone that's watching to fucking get this shit going. Man,
yeah.
At least we got it running, you know.
Yeah, exactly. And the place looks freaking awesome. Like, this little studio setup is pretty legit. He has a freaking bookcase. You know, that's how legit it is. So that's pretty awesome, man. I mean, shit, you even have the Sopranos.
Yeah.
You're a Sopranos fan, huh?
Oh, dude, yeah. I watched those at my pre and post Iraq days, actually, to be honest with you.
And he also got Archer there, so of course you got to throw that into the mix.
Yeah. Archer's the shit. Well, I haven't watched it in a long time, to be honest with you, man.
I never cared for it.
Really? You never cared for it?
That wasn't
give
for
two
me.
shits about Archer?
Nah, dude.
That's kind of strange. Everyone likes Archer.
I mean,
What's his name? The guy that does the fucking voice for...
yeah, he does Bob's Burgers.
Does Bob's Burgers,
Yeah.
man. He did Yoda on fucking... Family Guy.
Did he really?
Yeah, man. That's how he got started. Was with Family Guy.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Huh. He did Yoda?
Remember that? Remember that entire Blue Harvest?
Yeah.
Yeah. He did Yoda.
Oh, no shit.
That's how it got started.
Well, no kidding. Okay.
Man, I don't know. I hope we're doing a good live stream. Is it live on there? How's it looking on there?
On here, it's it's showing live.
Showing live.
Yeah, it's just you looking around, looking like you're getting attacked by flies.
Yeah. Okay. Whichever, as long as it's on there.
Yeah,
just keep monitoring on that one if you don't mind.
Yeah, too easy.
Yeah. Anyway, whatever his name is, let's see here. Bob's Burgers. You know, we can always look on here. and, you know, I can always just move the. Here, Bob's Burgers.
I actually really enjoy that show.
Do you?
Yeah,
Man, I haven't.
I like it. I really do.
It's all right. Yeah. What's his name? Not the writers. Where the fuck is it? The dude does like so many different voices, man. It's just fucking nuts. You
Let's
know?
see.
Right
there.
John Benjamin.
That's his name?
Yeah.
And
I'll show you. Like, you see he's done voices on American Dad, Cleveland Show, Futurama, Family Guy.
Simpsons.
Yeah,
oh,
dude,
wow.
on everything, man. Oh, no, I'm sorry. That's more like, my bad. But let me show you.
Home movies. I remember that. He played the coach. He voiced the coach.
Fuck.
He
Really?
played the coach, yeah.
Oh, dude.
Yeah, I remember that.
I did not know that shit.
Yeah, that's right.
So he was on prior. He was on prior to Family Guy. But I guess Family Guy is what really made it. See right here? Family Guy, I mean, he was on different episodes right here in the show, all 21 episodes.
Wow.
And you'll see see Carl as Yoda.
Huh.
Yeah.
Oh, no kidding.
That's right.
So
Before he
Carl.
did Yoda, he was the store clerk.
Carl.
Yeah.
The weird
Carl.
guy.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's right. The one that's friends with Chris.
Chris, yeah. Chris works for him.
Yeah.
Yeah. Funny, huh?
No shit. Dude, so... it's got a bunch of tabs open.
I just want to keep checking in on this, man.
No shit. Dude, so...
Yeah, we're doing good.
Yes,
We're doing good. We're doing good.
Alright.
Yeah. So
in the news today, just 2 hours ago, remember the story with the Catholic boy and the black Hebrew Israelites and that guy, the Native American drummer with the media?
I thought you were going down a different road. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? Yeah, no, I know what you're talking about.
Well, all that ties in together.
Where like the media just like completely blasted this kid, and then you see like death threats, and he's like suing the fucking.
Oh yeah, and the school was like disappointed at him, and the kids did absolutely nothing. Nothing.
No,
they
just didn't do shit.
But the media had to portray it as if they were the evil ones because they're all wearing Trump hats, Make America Great Again. Yeah. So, just 2 hours ago, Fox News says that CNN to be sued for more than $250 million over vicious and direct attacks on Covington High School student from the lawyer. That's insane. On top of that, I believe they're also suing Nathan Phillips, the Vietnam veteran.
What the fuck are they going to get for him?
Oh, nothing. The dude's broke. I mean, the dude obviously can't afford dental care. I mean, have you seen his teeth? That's already a sign there.
I mean, this seems kind of...
And it's... God. And then what pisses me off, do you know who Don Shipley is? Don Shipley. He's a Navy SEAL that calls out for stolen valor.
Did he just get, removed off of YouTube?
They took him off YouTube, dude. They Alex Jonesed him. And because
I heard that.
And there's no YouTube hasn't given out any media coverage as to why they removed him. And
they don't have to. That's the thing. They're private.
Yeah, I get that. But what did he do that was wrong?
And this is where we're going back, a while ago when it came to the Facebook fucking conversations in front of Congress.
Yeah.
Oh
yeah, with
public
Zuckerberg.
Utility.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And I forget who said this, and it was Joe Rogan that said this. That there is no competitor to YouTube.
No.
Should these platforms become public utility? Absolutely.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so, and that's the problem. You see, because unfortunately, when it comes to the law now, they say that newspapers are public, right? You can just buy newspapers, like the fucking Washington Post, the New York Times, wherever the fuck, and they can't. I guess they can pick and choose.
What do you
mean?
What do you mean pick and choose?
So they hire the people that they want to do the articles for, right? And so they have editors, and so they can edit, and so in a way they can pick and choose what gets put out,
Yeah.
And so, so it's not a public utility. So I'm lying. Now that I'm talking out of my ass. So newspapers, yeah, they get to pick and choose. They can. So what I mean by public utility is like anyone can sign up for a YouTube account, right? And you don't have to pay a subscription like you have to pay for an ad on a newspaper, right? So that's what makes it public. That's what the argument that they were getting at. Anyway, is that which I believe, as much as like we want to say as Republicans that we want to have like less government involvement and shit like that. And there's things that we should have government involvement, and I think YouTube is definitely one of them because there is no competitor, for putting out videos unless you create your own website.
Well, I mean, technically there are. You got Twitch,
but Twitch does not hold on videos onto a database as nearly as big as
YouTube,
as Google does.
Or Google, yeah, exactly. Well, Alphabet's the owner of Google, yeah. Well, no, but it's still technically a competitor.
Yeah.
Because you can use that platform to stream. And I'm pretty sure there's others, but everybody knows what YouTube is. Everybody's there so that they can, monetize to make money.
Yeah. It is a competitor in a way. It's just Twitch's platform is more of like live streaming video games.
Catering to gamers.
And not really holding on to videos for longer than 21 days.
Sure. Oh, is that how it works?
Yeah.
Okay, alright.
That's why I'm saying they don't have a database like
YouTube does. Okay.
YouTube, yeah. Yeah.
I did not know
mean,
that.
but it's sad, and this is where it's getting bad, is that there's obvious signs of collusion on this, like, not only Facebook gets in on it, Apple gets in on it, but I don't know about this guy,
Don Shipley?
Yeah, Don Shipley, if he got removed off of a podcast, or what does he have?
No, it's just, he literally sits there, his wife gets involved too, and he gets emails constantly every day from other veterans or other SEALs, and they're like, hey, I got a video here of this guy calling himself a SEAL, his BUDS training doesn't make any sense, or his war stories don't make any sense, and he sends them to Don Shipley. Don Shipley does his research, and he actually goes onto one of those databases. I forgot what it was. We kind of used them in the PMO, where you can search an individual that was prior service, and it'll tell you if they're medically retired, regular retired, or just
DD-214s are public record, I think.
Yeah.
No, they're not. No, only one copy is.
Well, it's
I think.
No, because they still have the social.
Even on the other copy.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck.
Remember, there's two. You get two copies.
No, but military service record, like if you served, I think that's public record, isn't it?
I think so. I don't know. He uses one of those programs. Like, my buddy's a desk sergeant, and he was an asshole. I probably shouldn't be saying this, but he's like, for funs and fucks and shits and giggles, he looked me up just to see if I would show up, and I did. It just showed up that I, just regularly got out of the Army with honorable discharge. That's all it says. And then
but you need a social, though.
To look that up? No, a name.
Well, you still have access to it.
Yeah, exactly.
So then he has some kind of clearance.
He has to.
Civilians can get clearance.
Yeah, he has to.
Yeah.
I don't know what the hell he was a SEAL.
Speaking of clearances, did you know that fucking your boy Elon Musk submitted his SF-86 and it's now being questioned because of that entire Joe Rogan thing?
You gotta be kidding me. Do they really care about that?
Federal government does.
Yeah, well, it's just the whole pot thing, huh?
He just tasted it.
Right?
That's what he said?
Well, honestly, let's be honest. Do you think that man smokes on the side?
No.
You don't think so?
Mm-mm.
I do. I think that
we talked about
dude,
this
before. I do think he...
But look at the way that he handled it. No.
Because he was live. Yeah. Oh, stockholders.
I don't think so.
I don't know, man, but that's what he does behind closed doors is his business, not mine. I don't give a fuck. I honestly don't give a fuck. He's making a great living. He's done so much.
But he's got a top secret clearance.
Oh, he has to. Look what he's doing. He's sending shit into space.
Well, yeah.
He's fucking over NASA, dude.
NASA.
Yeah, he literally made NASA look like a fucking turd in a pond.
Well, that's what happens when it's the private sector, man.
Yeah,
he's
doing very well. Yeah, he's doing very well.
So is Jeff Bezos. You know that, right?
Oh, God, dude. He got in trouble for sending dick pics. His pecker or something like that.
Is it audio on there?
What's that? Oh, the audio on here?
I hear something.
I don't know. It should be... I think it's from your phone. Yeah, do you hear it?
Yeah, it is my phone.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah.
So, like... Oh, man, I can just jump from topic to topic.
Yeah, I don't care. Go for it, man.
But, so, like... yeah, like, the Jeff Bezos... so, like, there's, like, these billionaires, man, they're, like, trying to do all these big space programs and shit. And I was listening to the, Joe Rogan Experience, and I really like listening to his show, man. Mm-hmm. And one of them that I was, like, kind of iffy about that I listened to was this author, and I can get his name, I can look it up, but he basically, he's, like, a millennial, like, our ages, in his 20s, has to be. And he wrote a book about the effects of, the fucking, not global warming, but climate
change. Yeah.
And he has a strong passion for the shit. And a lot of the stuff, man. Well, I mean, like, there was some of the stuff a lot of the stuff I agreed with, and some of the stuff I didn't agree with.
But before you go any further, do you believe in global warming?
Yeah.
You do?
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't.
Yeah,
yeah.
Kind of.
I believe.
I believe. To be honest with you, I was expecting that you wouldn't.
Yeah. I believe in climate change. That I do believe.
Yeah. No. So the old thing was global warming.
There was global cooling. Then there was global warming. And now.
So what it is, it's all generalized as climate change. You believe in climate change, right?
Of course.
Okay.
Yeah. Do I believe we have an impact? Yes, but such a minute portion of it. Yeah. Such a minute.
We do. That is true, and the majority of the
that's personal opinion.
Carbon impact comes from China.
Sure, most definitely. It's turning the frogs gay.
Yeah, it's turning the frogs gay. But anyway, and what he was saying, like they kind of got off topic at one point, and they were saying about like Jeff Bezos and Elon Musk. They all want to go to space. They believe like these multi-billionaires, the American elite or world elite.
Yep.
They want to. They feel like they view themselves as gods.
Yeah.
Yeah. I kind of agree with that.
Yeah.
And that Jeff Bezos kind of changed his body. Like now he's like kind of like ripped, and he used to be a skinny little fuck back in the day. And talk about that, and they're talking about because they view themselves as gods, that's why they want to transcend this earth and go into space, and that's why they have their private space programs.
They want to make history, man.
Yeah.
They want to be known for the rest of their life from who they are. And what's funny is I talked to my buddy Randy about Elon Musk and how when I was first studying him and the whole SpaceX thing, when it was the big deal when they did the Falcon launch out of Florida, the famous one where
I thought it was in LA.
Was it LA? I thought it was Florida.
I thought it was LA.
I don't know. It's one of the two. I told him, I said, dude, he literally shot a car into space. He's not the first. I mean, NASA was, if you think about it. They got that space car on the moon, if we even went to the moon. But
we went to the moon. Even your boy admits that we went to the moon.
What's that?
Even your boy admits that we went to the moon.
Yeah? You think so?
Yeah, fuck yeah, we did.
We beat the Russians, dude.
Yeah, Falcon 9.
Falcon 9.
And where was it? Hold on,
let
me put it on here.
It's so funny that you said they see themselves as gods, because I made that comment to them. I said they want to be, they're beyond visionaries. They want to be a god. I literally said that, and it's so funny that you're saying that.
I believe it.
Yeah, I want to know who's the author of this book that you're talking about.
Hold on. Let's find out where that rocket flew. Where was it at? Oh, okay.
I think it was Florida. Pensacola or whatever it's called.
But that's
Pensacola
is where NASA does their shit.
Yeah, I think they launched it there.
Right here. December 26th. Fuck is it, man? Well, orbit, satellites, launch sites. Here we go, launch sites. Launch statistics. Fucking read some bullshit.
When was it? 2017?
Doesn't it have locations? He's got quite a few on here. 14, 13, 15, 16. It doesn't fucking matter.
I think it was Florida, dude.
I remember them showing videos of like, what the fuck is this, in LA,
So they did test that. I think that was out of Southern California.
Mm-hmm.
That I think that's a fact. But the actual Falcon 9, I think it was in Florida.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so you were telling which friend that that you believe that they view themselves as God?
Yeah, I saw my buddy Randy.
Okay.
Randy.
Yeah.
And it's so funny because I literally was thinking that, self-thought. I was like, man, this guy really wants to leave his image to the world before he dies.
And it's like Alex Jones said on that podcast, man. It was, they want to be masters of the universe.
Sure. Do you blame
them? They want to understand the universe.
Do you blame them?
Man, you know what? Being a simpleton as me, like someone that's not a fucking millionaire or a billionaire, I can't.
Why?
But I can understand why they think that.
Sure.
Because I don't know what my mind process would be if I had fucking $5 billion.
We got to think about it. These guys have done so much. They have it all, but they don't have everything, and they want knowledge. Yeah, I think it was Socrates. Socrates said it. I think it was Socrates. It says about knowing something or knowing. How does the quote go? Not knowing anything at all. Can you look up the quote? It makes so much sense. I think it was Socrates. Socrates on knowing. Yeah. Socrates on knowing. Yeah. There it is. The only true wisdom is knowing you know nothing.
The only true wisdom is to know that you know nothing.
Exactly.
No.
I like that quote because it makes sense.
Yeah, and I think like people that have like all that money and all that time, they just want to, they view themselves, obviously they would view themselves above, regular people. They're the elite 1%.
But do they, or do they just take advantage of what they have? So that they can move forward, and the media just follows them.
They take advantage of what they have. I don't think the media really follows a lot.
Well, they have to because it involves
follows
stocks.
A lot more politics, thankfully, than watching the philanthropy of a fucking multi-billionaire. You know what I mean?
Actually, do you want something really scary that the media did not really truly cover?
What's that?
Did you hear what happened in the Vatican? With the whole peace treaty with Islam?
No, I did not.
Oh my god, dude. You can look it up. Read it real quick. Dude, it'll blow your mind. It'll blow your mind. It literally is like a...
Vatican peace treaty?
Yeah, type in Vatican peace with Islam.
Okay. I mean, 800 years later, a new commitment in the sign of peace at Vatican News.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting. Really, really interesting.
Is it this one right here?
Yeah,
Vatican,
this is
Vatican
the right
News?
one. Yep, this is the one.
What about it? What can you explain?
These are two religions, literally, that hated each other for thousands of years.
Since when? Okay, well, we can talk about that a little bit later. But 800 years after the encounter of St. Francis and Sultan Al-Malik Al-Kamil, the Pope prepares a name of the saint. This is not the first time they've seen each other.
No,
but what about it? Explain.
The way, so I don't want to throw my own personal shit on this. I haven't done a lot of research. The thing behind it is I feel like, now this is personal opinion and personal theory of creating this one world religion.
Oh.
And this is the beginning of it.
I don't like the new Pope. I think Pope Francis is really...
Oh, I'm not Catholic. I seceded from the religion.
What are you?
I consider myself Christian non-denominate.
Denomination.
Mm-hmm.
That's fine. Yeah. So you were born Catholic in a Catholic family.
Through my mother's side, it just kind of threw, and then I didn't agree with it.
My dad's Catholic.
Yeah.
I kind of like dabbled into it a little bit. Never.
Yeah.
I just, man.
It's just the things I saw, the way everything was ran, and it just went against the Bible, and I opened up to it, and it just wasn't for me. Personal opinion again, I think it's a demonic religion.
Man.
I know. Yeah.
And to be honest with you about that, yeah, the most recent, debacles when it comes to the Catholic Church, man, it's really going down in the shitter.
Yeah.
And oh man, there was something about
especially with the pedophilia.
Even Pope Francis had made like a declaration that the devil didn't exist or something like that, and there was like a crack in the. Yeah. Like a small shake inside the Vatican.
And there were statements that he said about acceptance of certain things that go against the actual basis of the Bible and the commandment. It was really weird, dude. And then him doing this stuff, it was just kind of odd. It's something about him and the Vatican.
Yeah, I think
the Vatican's shady. They hold so
Vatican's
many
always
secrets.
been shady.
Yeah, they held
Vatican's
secrets.
They came out with evidence that supported that, like, popes back in the day, in the early centuries, they were having sex.
Oh, I believe it.
With women.
Yeah.
Children. I mean, who the fuck knows, know?
Honestly.
And, they were greedy. I mean, like, for Christ's sakes, that's one of the biggest reasons why Henry VIII seceded from the church.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's
I'm
where
sure
he
he
created
saw
the Church of England, right?
Yeah, Church of England.
Mm-hmm.
The Crusades in the 12th, 13th centuries. That was from the church. And I mean, like, man, if you look at it 1,000 years ago, and like how corrupt really the Pope was.
Sure.
I mean, they're coming up. They're surfacing evidence that it was just crazy back then.
But people still follow it. See, it's
do you understand like the backbone of it?
Of course. No, of course.
Like, Peter.
Yeah. Most definitely.
Ran away and then he.
But why are they not following what the Bible actually stands for?
Power, money, man.
Yeah. That's not just Catholicism. It's Christianity too. I hate saying this, but I go to church. Well, I've gone to church months ago. I want to say maybe 4 months ago. Mm-hmm. And I sat there with a friend.
Okay.
And I went to the service. Great, it was good service. Very fancy church. But what I noticed was that money was a big thing there.
It's always a
big thing. And then I started learning more about...
Money keeps the circle rolling.
They don't pay taxes.
They don't have to.
They don't have to pay taxes. The pastor was very, very
what kind
lavish.
Of church was it?
It was a Christian church. It was
shit,
I forgot. Look up the Calvary.
Baptist, was it?
No. Look up the Calvary. That's what it was called. I hate saying this.
The Calvary?
Yeah, that's the name of the church.
Where is it at?
Oh man, they have like 3 locations. Yeah, that's the one. Puyallup.
Chapel Church?
Yeah.
Calvary Baptist? Oh, they're Baptist.
They're Baptist, yeah.
Okay.
Great people, very nice.
I'm sure, yeah.
Very nice people. Just come out. They gave me a flyer. Come out on the weekend. We got MMA fighter, whatever, local MMA fighter bringing in his fucking Lamborghini. All the kids can go play and shit. I'm like, come on. And then Joel Osteen's another.
Oh, I was going to say, yeah.
My mom used to watch him, and I'd be like, Mom,
My mom knows him.
Oh, I did.
And
personally,
no, not personally. He knows of him.
Okay.
And when I told her about that entire debacle of the Houston shit,
the one with the storm.
Yeah, she was like, "What? Really?"
Yeah.
I'm like, "Yeah,
oh yeah, dude.
Yeah. You didn't give a flying fuck, man."
People were suffering. How that's so un-American. So un-American.
You know what Tupac said, and and I seen the video on this. Tupac said, he's like, "How the fuck do you have these big ass churches, and made a multi-million fucking dollar churches, and they can't fucking host the like homeless people? Why do they close their doors? And Tupac went on this, and this was I think it was during his time at Rikers, and it was either before it had been during anyway or after.
Yeah.
And he was fucking right, man. And when Joel Osteen fucking closed the doors, that was fucking disgraceful. And he drives
that pissed me off.
Lamborghini.
Yeah,
And
beautiful home.
$4 million house.
Beautiful
House and fucking. Houston, and you know, and it's true, man. You know, and it's you know, it's the same thing with not only like a lot of those Bible thumping Christian churches that you see on TV and shit like that. Is but like you see with the biggest one is Scientology.
Oh,
absolutely despise.
Yeah, that's a cult.
It is.
It's a cult, and I also I believe that Mormons.
Oh man, that's the original. That's the original.
Mm-hmm.
That's you know.
Man,
you know.
I hate saying.
I hate you know.
Bashing.
Yeah. I hate to say that, you know, and I agree with you because you know there's going to be, it's a big church and there's going to be people that probably fucking find this and you know. And
I've seen debates.
Use my words against me.
Yeah, I've seen debates on YouTube, man.
But like, yeah, it's true that they're, you know, all the people are required to give at least a certain percentage of their income to the church.
Yeah.
And the entire finding of it is just kind of. You know.
Isn't it weird that they
people,
change things?
They fucking nice.
They didn't accept blacks for a certain amount of time. Remember
that? They were also persecuted for a long time in the United States. They were hunted and killed.
Yeah, well,
they were. That's why they had to go to Utah.
Is that really?
Yeah.
Okay, that's where
they were hunted and killed.
Wow, no shit.
Yeah, murdered, man. Like just like natives.
I never knew that.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, because a lot of American Christians and Protestants and shit like that out here, you know, back in the day, when, I mean, like, so imagine, close your eyes, you know, it's the 19th century, and you're hearing some guy saying that, like, he found gold tablets in the fucking dirt, you know, and he's the only one that's able to read them, and, you know, and he's writing his own Bible in the 19th century in the United States.
Where are those tablets?
Yeah, they're gone.
Really? Just like the art of the
Anyway, but I mean, like, but imagine, and so everyone's reading this in the papers, you know, and so they're like in the Midwest, they were like, this is blasphemy.
Yeah,
this
it is.
You know, these are the devil, you know.
Oh,
so they went and hunted and killed them all, you know, or tried to. So the only place that they had to go to was Utah, which wasn't a state back then, but it, you know,
territory.
Yeah, territory, and so that's why Utah is the way it is. So.
Wow, no shit. But going back to Scientology, it's all Hollywood actors. All of it. And what's his name? L. Hubbard?
L. Ron Hubbard.
L. Ron Hubbard? Yeah. He was a fucking science fiction writer. You know, like, it's the obvious. And then they turned it into a fucking religion.
You know who Leah Remini is?
No.
I think her name is King of Queens. She used to be on that show.
I have no idea.
Leah Remini. She's got a new show out. And
I don't even know what King of Queens is.
Her, this woman right here. King of Queens.
Oh, it has that one guy from,
yeah. Right here, this woman right here.
Man, she's good looking. But
yeah.
She's Scientologist?
Was.
What happened? She whistleblower?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, she's got a new show on A&E.
Yeah.
And she fucking been exposing the fuck out of them.
Really?
Exposing.
Like, what did she say? I'm curious.
Everything.
Like what?
Everything.
Like what do they do? I'm just curious.
Like, dude, they fucking have their enforcers, you know, like...
Enforcers?
They got people that, like, if you try to leave the fucking church, they got people following you.
What the
They
hell?
fucking have, like, their sex rings inside, just like you would think a fucking cult would be.
Really?
Yeah. Exposed it all, bro.
I wonder if the Clintons
this
has
is
anything to do with
A&E.
that. Wow, I'm surprised A&E is actually allowing that.
Yeah.
That's kind of weird.
Wow. Blowing it out. And let me show you what it's called here. Yeah, dude, it's fucking... I've watched quite a few of it. And, I mean, like, she's kind of... Yeah, Leah Remini.
Remini. There you go. Leah Remini, Scientology in the Aftermath.
Yeah.
When did this come out?
Number of seasons, 3 seasons.
Interesting.
It's worth a watch, brother.
It's
might
still
have to
going
look
on
into that right now.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Shit.
Here,
like one of the famous ones is what? Tom Cruise, John Travolta. Hell, I just found out the guy from That 70s Show and The Ranch, the one that got kicked out for for raping somebody, but there was no proof of it. What's his name?
Masterson?
Masterson. He's a Scientologist.
He got kicked out of fucking The Ranch?
Yeah.
I didn't.
That's why they killed him? Oh, did you watch the 3rd season?
Nah, man. I stopped watching that shit.
Okay,
it got too fucking dramatic.
No, it was good.
I put you on that show.
Yeah. It's good. Season 3 was good. They killed. I'm gonna just admit it. They killed him off.
Right. Yeah.
They killed him off.
Oh yeah.
Because of that. And he was a fucking writer. Did you know his brother? His twin brother.
Yeah, his twin brother. Yeah,
is from Malcolm in the Middle.
Yeah, I know that.
That's what's his name again?
Not Reese. Masterson.
What's his name? The character's name from Malcolm in the Middle.
He was the oldest brother.
Yeah, the oldest one. Yeah. But yeah, he's a Scientologist.
They're twins.
They are twins.
Yeah.
They live.
I've known that for years.
Oh, I never knew that until like a few years ago. But yeah, he's a Scientologist.
Really?
Yeah, look it up.
Because of that?
No. It's so apparently there was allegations. Remember the whole Me Too movement? People were coming out constantly, and they wanted to blame him, and there was no proof of it, but Netflix didn't want to deal with any of that shit because of House of Cards guys, Kevin Spacey. Yeah. Well, I mean, dude, he ended up being a weirdo. That dude's a true weirdo.
Yeah, where the fuck is his trial, bro?
Nothing. Dude, he's still waiting.
Finger popping.
Yeah.
I know he fucking did it.
Yeah, almost definitely, dude. Dude, he's probably like a satanic cult or something.
Probably.
I don't know, but it's
he's
just
gay.
weird stuff.
You know that, right?
Yeah,
well, he came out. Yeah.
But I think he did that.
But I mean, like we all knew. Well, I don't know if you knew back in the day.
Why?
That he was gay.
No,
like he never came out. Like that was like the biggest thing for like the longest time.
I don't know. He did the scene on House of Cards where he was like making out with a guy and then making out with his wife, and the wife's making out with the other guy. They were like a three-way thing.
Season.
Oh my god, it was weird. After that, I was like, man, I knew there's something wrong with that guy. He plays that role way too well. Good actor.
He was a good actor.
Great actor. Good
bosses,
voice.
K-Pax, shit like that.
Good voice, good acting, everything, man. But something about him wasn't right.
Yeah, it's too bad, man.
I don't know, dude. There's so many crazies out there.
What about fucking R. Kelly, bro?
I haven't been following about that.
He's been accused of...
No. Didn't he piss on somebody years ago?
Dude, yeah, he got acquitted of that shit a long time ago. I mean, like, he literally had videotape evidence of him fucking a 14-year-old.
Yeah.
And he got acquitted of it.
What was the reason?
Ah, man, I don't fucking know, dude.
Like, oh,
dude, well, I think it was like 2001 for one thing. And I don't know, man, I don't know, dude. Because, like, remember the Chappelle show? And they were fucking joking, like, holding two forms of ID?
Yep.
And so, I think because she didn't testify back then,
it just dropped.
And they just dropped because, like, they couldn't show proof that it was a fucking yeah, it was money. It was money. It was a fuck yeah, it was fucking money.
The lawyers got paid, judge got paid.
And I'm gonna go off on this. Fuck him and fuck, dude, like... Who? R. Kelly, bro.
Oh, yeah.
Guilty as fuck. There's no fucking way that fucking worthless piece of shit needs to be on this fucking... free on this earth, bro.
So what is the new... What's the new trial
This is what happened, dog. Yeah. Like, there is proof. And there's evidence. And not only that, but he's been fucking admitting it live on CBS. When he did his fucking flip out shit... Okay, we'll get to that in a second.
I'm not following any
But what happened is that he paid adults to let their children, like fucking 14-year-olds or however fucking old they are, stay with R. Kelly. And the moment that the money dried up that's when they fucking allegedly when the money dried up, that's when they fucking made a complaint. He was buying children.
That's disgusting.
From their fucking families.
He was trafficking.
Yeah, I mean, like, the parents are fucking equally as guilty.
Of course.
On this.
Are they not getting tried?
I don't know. I'm sure they're not. I'm sure they're not. I can almost guarantee.
And they're just accusing him, and he's trying to fight
back.
Because
they're going to. I'm sure what's going to happen is that they're going to agree with the prosecution to fucking say, hey, that's him, and fucking anyway. And so like he goes on CBS and he says like, how do they fucking just allow me to buy them? How do they allow me to buy them?
He literally admits it.
He fucking literally said that, dude. He literally told the fucking interviewee, and I don't remember the woman's name, and she's like real fucking popular, and
wow,
she really held her shit, man. And I'll give it to her. Man, she really helped because like he showed the exact signs of an abuser. what he did is that he fucking stood up and he's like, I gave 30 years of my fucking life, you know, and they're trying to kill me, blah, 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 blah.
The victim.
He's playing the victim and trying to gain control back of the fucking interview. And so that it just shows that he's fucking guilty. Not only that, but the motherfucker shows a pattern. We all knew that what he did back in the fucking day of like pissing on that 14-year-old, he fucking did it. And then now that he's getting caught up in this bullshit again, dude, I'm telling you, man, this, I mean, like, it needs to be fucking blown out of more proportion than what it already is.
Well, obviously the media's not going to talk about it.
Well, they are. I mean, like, he was dumb enough to fucking go on live on CBS and have an interview. And, like, he basically fucking admitted it. He basically said that, like, hey, you know, like, why are these parents, you know, taking money from me and allowing their daughters to come over and sleep at my place?
Sick, dude.
And, you know, and he's like, the only reason why they said anything is because the money dried up. You know, I'm like, what the fuck? How the fuck do you say? I'm like, oh, Jesus, dude.
Dude, that's so sick.
You know, and it seems kind of ironic on how this is coming to light, with especially with this. Apparently, there's an HBO special that's like bringing out fucking Michael Jackson's shit to light too.
Really? Like, so what is that about?
Oh man, I don't know. I haven't seen it.
Yeah.
But it's an HBO special. It's like Beyond the Neverland or whatever the fuck. I can't remember exactly what it's called.
Man.
But
you think he's guilty?
Yeah.
You think so? There's a lot of people that'll fight against that, man.
There is a lot of people. There's a lot of
like,
fans.
no, he's not.
I got people on my Facebook friends that like, you know, they think that it's
all gibberish.
Too convenient that like now they're coming out with it after he's dead. I'm like, come on, man. I'm like, but for real, look at him.
Yeah,
I mean, everyone. You see, like nothing
abused.
no word like that passes around back in the 90s and early 2000s.
There's a lot of proof
without there being some kind of like
Sure.
like backbone of truth to it.
Sure.
I mean, the man fucking. I mean, like, what kind of person with multi-millions of dollars builds a Neverland Ranch?
Yeah.
You know, and then builds, you know, like, you know, a place to attract children, and then tries to make himself look like Peter Pan.
Yeah.
Bro, I mean.
Yeah.
And then Neverland Ranch, and then tries to make himself look like Peter Pan. You know, like, and then they said that his skin disease, you know, that was a legitimate thing.
What disease? I thought he bleached it.
There are people, you know, that have like skin disorders that are of African descent, you know, like, and you know, and it does turn white. It does happen, but however, it happens in blotches.
Correct.
And his didn't happen in blotches. He just
bleached it. I thought.
Man,
I mean, he had the face reconstruction. He
did
all these surgeries,
facial reconstruction, the nose surgeries.
But to go back on a psychological level, he was really fucked as a kid.
He
man.
was physically abused
by
his fucking dad.
Yeah, and there's proof of it.
Yeah, even his sister says it.
I know. I mean, for God's sake, they look alike. After all those surgeries. That's sick, man. It's sad. You know,
it is. It is.
You know, he's affected, and because of that, his behavior changes and affects the life of others.
But man, you know R. Kelly needs to fucking go.
I haven't researched enough into it, man.
It's fucking dirty.
I still stand on my case when it comes to the death penalty, when it comes to like child abuse and rape and shit like that. We should bring back the public hangings.
Oh, I agree. You know,
and it needs to be broadcast for everyone to see.
You know, yeah, you know, and I agree with that, especially with like the school shooter at Adam Parkland. He needs to be hung in public.
Yeah,
I believe so.
Yeah,
I believe that needs to happen. And because, and so like, and oh goddamn, it was Joe Rogan that said this too, and I'll keep bringing him up because I like Joe Rogan.
Oh, of course, I do too. Man.
And
you ever tried DMT?
I never tried DMT. I kind of want to.
Yeah, me too.
But anyway, you know, and he says that like, you know, countries in Europe, they don't publicize a serial killer's name or a killer's name because they don't want to bring, you know, and I fucking agree with that shit, man.
How so?
Because what we do and what we're doing right now in the media in the United States right now is that we're glorifying killing, man.
Yeah.
We are like supporting a society that does not appreciate life anymore. I agree. And I'm saying that, man. We don't.
So you're thinking back 100-some years ago when we were showing the hangings of actual people wrongdoing?
But it wasn't on TV.
No, there was no TV.
It wasn't on the... I mean, like,
no,
it was
on
all in the newspapers.
Yeah, most definitely.
But, like...
Yeah.
But, like... And there was a sheriff, and I fucking forget where he was at. But, like, what we're doing is that we're glorifying this by letting everyone know. And this is a gray area. Mm-hmm. But I'm just going to go on with it by letting everyone know who it was, how they did it, every fucking small detail.
Sure.
You know, every day, you know, someone getting killed. We're glorifying murder, you know, in a way, in our media. And that's something that we need to get away from. And I don't know if that's going to be on the national level or if that needs to be at a personal level. Because, like, me being as a father, you know, I need to control that shit. Because sure. I'm not trying to say glorifying murder. Sure. But self-defense, definitely.
Yeah.
But, you know, but here in the United States, we are kind of a violent-oriented culture.
Yeah, you know, it's funny you say that. When I was in Germany, and I was doing some type of training in Hohenfels. There was some British soldiers, and we're just joking with them, and they started talking a little shit, and they're like, "What's up with you Americans? Always gung ho, and you gotta be the big man, and always gotta kill everything." I was like, "Well, fuck, man, look at this flag. We fucking got you." You know, I was being a dick. I was being a dick and shit, but. Yeah, it's true. The Europeans look at us as fucking killers, and I'm okay with that. Yeah. You know why?
I am.
Because now I wanna have like a rebuttal to your thing. I believe in inflicting fear upon the people, and so growing up. So growing up, I always taught about
because I would say like kind of like teetered lightly on that. Like,
yeah, well, so. You ever grow up and your parents ever tell you like fear God because Almighty, if you do bad things it'll come back upon to you. Same thing with the public, with public hangings. It shows fear into the public eye. Children are going to see that. Their parents are going to be like, that will be you if you did exactly what he did. And,
I agree with that.
And that's how I see it. But I understand where you're coming from. Yeah, I guess you're right. We do glorify it a lot.
We do,
like dramatically. We do. Maybe we do have.
But however, what we need to do is, meet with it with an equal level of force of glorifying the repercussions of what happens. Because here's what happens: is that when we see these murders or shit happen. Do you mind trying to see it closing that or turning off that light?
Turn off.
I want to see if it kind of changes a little bit here. Yeah, I think we would have
better.
Yeah. Anyway, but I think that we need to start glorifying the punishment a little bit more, and because yes, we've always been like that, and we've always in the history of the United States, we've written books about the Wild West.
Oh, yeah.
And we've written, or we've had TV shows of the Wild West, whatever, there's always been violence has been a big part of the American culture. But also in the early times of America, the repercussions of the violent acts has been a big part of the culture back then.
You know what I mean? British controlled America.
Well, I'm not talking about that far, but I'm just talking about American control America, where and I'm going back with the public hangings, and that's, and man, for the viewers out there, and probably says that's kind of a little bit extreme. I don't think so, because, and here's the thing is that the Parkland shooter, and I can't remember his name, but and I don't want to even fucking say his name because fuck him, is that he needs to be executed. He was 19, right?
Yep.
So an adult, and I agree with that. He needs to be killed.
Sure.
Yeah, I think that he will serve no purpose in society, regardless if it's here, anywhere. I firmly believe that. Yep. And instead of glorifying the act, let's glorify the punishment.
I agree.
And say, hey, if you do this shit.
That's right.
If you go out into a school and you decide to shoot it up, this is what we're going to do here in America. You'll fucking hang at the top of the fucking branch.
That's right.
You know,
I will agree.
because I you know, and I've said this before. You know, like the fucking South Carolina shooter or the
one
church,
the church shooting.
The church shooting. There's been a couple church shooting. They don't fear fucking jail, man. They don't fucking fear it. You know, and
because it's a vacation.
Kinda.
They get fed, they get housing, they get medical.
Yeah, you know, and they get all this shit, and you know, an American prison is it's overbooked for one thing, you know, and it's
privatized.
Overbooked, like it's a fucking resort.
It's
you know,
it's privatized.
It is, and there's a lot of privatization of jails and prisons.
Yeah.
And you know, and it's just, you know, it's a big business for one thing, and you know, and the attrition rate.
Yeah.
It's just fucking phenomenal. I mean, like, look at the attrition rate for not Pelican Bay, but fucking what's the other one? San Quentin in California.
Yeah.
Over 50% That, you know what that means? That means, you know what that? I'm not a fucking professional.
Yeah.
But to me, it sounds like 50% of people are not afraid to go back. No. That means it was so good the fucking first time that they're willing to go back a second, third, fourth, fifth, fucking whatever.
Is that it? Or is it because it's a lifestyle?
It's a lifestyle.
Yeah, it's a fucking lifestyle, man.
Dude, they love it. They love it. And it's because it's a, and it's also because, like, you know, like society oppresses people.
Sure.
You know?
They will not fit back into society. They find ways to go back in.
It's because, well, it's just
not
like anything else that you get comfortable with,
sure.
You know?
Yeah.
Because, like, they don't have to work. They don't have to work.
Actually, they do still get paid, and they still have to work.
Oh, okay. Like, you have to go to a fucking job and
no.
go to prison.
No.
You know what I mean?
No, but
you don't have to
they
work
still have
for
to pay if they work. They do any type of duty, and it's minimal. It's not minimum wage or anything.
It's just the entire system just needs to be restructured here in the United States.
Oh, I agree.
You know, there's a lot of people that just try to abuse it. You know, and as weird as it sounds, like, why the fuck would anyone want to abuse a judicial system to go to jail? There's people that do. You know, there's homeless. You know, you know, and you know, and then there's people that, like, have mental disorders that they know that they can't fucking fit in society. Parkland shooter, you know, and decides to just fucking, you know, ultimately fucking end other people's lives and not end his own, knowing that he's better off probably on the inside. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. But those are people that you can't fucking fix up here, man. And you know, like I said, man, and I agree with you. They just hang him and let it known. Yeah. Be like. And I agree to make it public. Bring it back because, like, you know, and because the American people need and children need to see this.
They do.
As weird as it sounds, that
we're too weak in society, bro. We're so weak.
But, like, you know, there needs to be repercussions, man. Mm-hmm. You can't go into a fucking school and end fucking 14 or however many people's life, even one life. You can't even go into one school and end one fucking life. Man, you know, just because, like, you fucking had a hair up your ass that fucking day. Yeah. It's because you had fucking something wrong, dude. And, oh, man, you know. And I
feel like
and
all
what's
this
going to
reverts back
happen
into
is that
policies
he's still
in the
on
US.
trial. I'm sure he's still on trial.
He is, most definitely. And what I hate is that these politicians will take these events and use it for their own agenda to go against a policy they want to take now, like, i.e. gun control. Yeah. I hate it. It's like immediately, like after the Las Vegas shooting. Yeah. Hillary Clinton immediately posted on Twitter.
I firmly believe that entire Las Vegas shooting.
Oh, me too. It was planned. It was planned, and I still want to get my buddy Mike to talk on here to tell you his firsthand events. Because, dude, I'm telling you right now that was just a planned event. Yeah. That was definitely. Yeah. And why haven't they released any information?
It's weird.
Nothing. And not only
it's weird how it dropped off the media, bro.
Oh, not just that. Why is it that days later YouTube changed their policy on conspiracy theory videos? So every time you look up a conspiracy type video, you only get news outlets first, and then you don't get any of the personal media like you and I. Yeah. What the hell? Yeah. You know, but nobody's talking about it. No. It's crazy.
I believe that was fucking good.
It was planned.
It was a big conspiracy,
man.
To
go into that conspiracy, I'm just curious. The weapons that... And there were multiple weapons. And I have to say that. Yeah. I don't think they were a bump stock. AR-15.
No, this one wasn't a bump stock issue, though.
No. The weapons
the bump
that were
stock
shot...
issue was on the...
no, this was bomb stock
was
issue.
In South California.
No, it was this.
No,
yes,
the bomb stock issue was in fucking San Bernardino.
No, it was this.
He had multiple.
Yeah, I know, but when I was listening to the audio of the weapons being shot, it sounded like a 240 or a 249.
Yeah, but you're thinking there was no bump stock. It was because
it
was fucking set up with... Whoever the fuck was up there had automatic weapons. It wasn't a bump stock.
No, they blamed it on bump stock.
No, that was the San Bernardino.
Look it up, brother. I did all this research. They literally blamed it on bump stocks. And after that, both parties, Democrat and Republican, made it to ban it federally. Off the monkey. Las Vegas shooting.
No, dude.
Yes, it was. Yes, it was.
Bump stocks 1 year after Las Vegas shooting. Okay, you're right.
You're right.
That's an AK-47. Whatever, man.
But dude, if you look at photos of the crime scene, which
48 hours,
bump stocks 48 hours, man, they were leaked. You as a prior military police officer, if you show on scene, you take photos of a crime scene, are they going to be leaked to the public 48 hours afterwards? The investigation was never founded. It was never founded.
48 hours is kind of a standard thing. And it's, information does need to be made public.
No.
If it's a public thing.
It was weird.
I just think that the entire thing about it that was weird was, like, him shooting out the window, for one thing. Those are, like...
How did he break them?
Yeah, how did he break them?
Yeah.
And then the biggest thing that everyone was saying was like, how did he get the weapons up there? And then they leaked the videos of him actually bringing it up there.
He had luggages.
Yeah, luggages. But still, man. But still, like, in a place that, like, okay, they say like, oh, how did he bring them up there? Well, how many fucking weapons did he have? He had like 10, right?
Well, yeah, 15, 10.
And I'm telling you this, and I told this to my mom. If I was him, it's not about how many fucking weapons you have. It's about how much fucking ammo you have.
Yeah, and how well you shoot.
And how well, and if I was going to go through, like, multiple weapons because they were overheating, I wouldn't bring more than 3.
No. I don't know why the fuck he didn't just go to the rooftop itself.
I'm just saying, I know a thing or two about weapons.
Sure.
Weapon systems.
Most definitely.
You know what I mean?
Most definitely.
Like, even if I have a fucking 50 cal, the only thing that I have that, like, if I'm firing all fucking night or all day, I have at least 2 other barrels with me.
Of course.
And that's a barrel.
And on top of that, you need your fucking, what's it called? The headspace and timing.
No, not anymore.
Oh, that's right. They don't do that anymore.
Back in the day, Not anymore. Yeah, you don't have to do that.
It makes me sound old shit.
Yeah, I know. Shit came out like 3-4 years ago.
No, but, yeah, dude, it just, a lot of things didn't make sense. On top of that, my buddy, this is from him and from other people as well, there were shootings at other casinos happening at the same time. And
casinos, man. They're like built for anti-that. You know what I mean?
Shooting, and he heard it in front of one of Caesar's.
There was a helicopter. There's a video of the helicopter.
There's the helicopter, and then there's 4 individuals at the airport running around the roof with guns. Like, what the fuck?
It just seems too inconvenient of it happening. What wasn't happening during the elections, or
no,
it was after the elections, right? Yeah. And it was just like pro-gun talk and shit like that.
Immediately, dude.
Immediately. I thankfully, and I knew it was going to happen. That it kind of calmed down a lot.
I think the FBI has something to do with it.
Yeah,
because it's just there's been so many things that the U.S. government has done. I think Alex Jones said it. There was a thing where Hillary Clinton apologized because the U.S. government was experimenting in some Southern American country with HIVs on
No, it
people.
it wasn't HIV. It was gonorrhea.
Gonorrhea. Look, what the fuck?
And that was true. That was a true fucking thing. Yeah.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
That's
blacks.
Right? Oh, really? Specifically?
Yeah.
See what I mean, man? That's disgusting. That's fucking disgusting. But that's the U.S. government for you. Always doing shit. Hell, they were poisoning alcohol during Prohibition.
Yeah.
They did that too. That's proof. That's declassified. Really? I remember reading about that. And then, ever heard of Operation Northwoods?
No.
So Operation Northwoods was implemented during the Kennedy administration. Mm-hmm. I forgot which general, general initiator wrote the actual operation. It was for a false flag attack. And it was based to blame Cuba for a false attack on America.
It was on a different South American country.
No, it was Cuba.
It was Cuba?
Yeah, it was Cuba.
Okay.
And
it was to give. Oh, I know what you're talking about. What you're talking about. And it was to give the United States government a reason to go to Cuba. Mm-hmm. And then Kennedy found out about that shit, and he said, "No, you're fucking stupid. Get the fuck out of here."
Yep. And that's why a lot of people, after that was declassified,
a
lot of people pinpointed to 9/11.
Yeah.
And then now, there's so many hard evidence about 9/11. I was talking to Ibe last night, Elias. Mm-hmm. He doesn't believe that.
Hold on. Go ahead. Oh. All right, sorry, go ahead.
Oh, you're good, man. So yeah, he was telling me that he doesn't believe that 9/11 was a conspiracy or any of that stuff. That really did happen. I mean, it did happen. He just doesn't believe that it was a false flag attack.
Okay.
And I have to say, I think it was. Oh, damn.
Yeah.
Like, what's your take on it?
My take on it is that I believe it was known that it was going to happen.
Yeah.
And this government didn't do anything about it.
Just like how Pearl Harbor gave us reason to go into the war. The big one.
Yeah.
WW2.
Oh, Jesus. I haven't eaten all day.
Chow down, man.
Yeah, I'll be real quick.
Now, take your time. But the government has, done stuff like this in the past. They declassified a bunch of this shit, and it's just crazy to think that it can happen at any time.
Yeah.
For their own personal benefit. God, I just wish our forefathers were alive to see what's going on today. Just for them to fucking shut everybody down. Both on the left and right. Just to show how fucking pathetic everything is, man. I don't think we were ever intended to have a two-party system. Never were.
Really?
No. George Washington chose a certain party during his second term as president. That's when he chose to become a Federalist. He was nonpartisan?
Yeah, but that's because that was George Washington for one thing. The two different parties were kind of like John Adams and
Jefferson.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But he chose a party in his second term. And it was never intended for two parties.
It never lasted either.
What's that?
It never lasted either.
Well, they changed later on to the Whig Party, and then Anti-Federalist, and then it went from Whig to Republican under Abraham Lincoln, and Anti-Federalist to Democrat. I may have been wrong on that, but that I know it was around the time of Abraham Lincoln, which honest Abe, man, we need another one of those guys. Well, we do. He's called Trump.
Yeah. Well,
that's
Lincoln
based
was
on
a
popular
lawyer.
opinion. What's that?
Lincoln was a lawyer.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah.
Yes,
Lincoln
he was.
lawyer.
Lincoln lawyer, man. But enough on that shit, dude. What about?
Oh, you know what? I got a good one for you.
What's that?
I got a good one for you. It's that, do you know that the Democratic Party is trying to vote in illegals to be allowed to vote in our...
Yeah, no.
You know that, right?
Yeah, they've been trying that in California.
Oh, yeah.
That's the main hub right there.
Yeah, I think they're allowed to in California.
No, they're not.
They're not?
No, hell no. They've been trying to... They've been caught on... having dead people vote and all this other shit, and they're trying to get rid of the Electoral College. You know, it's like, oh, how did Obama win? Popular vote or Electoral College?
Both.
Exactly. Yeah. And they're pissed off because Trump won the Electoral College and he only won the popular vote?
Yeah.
Why the fuck are we talking about popular vote? Who gives a fuck? We run off the Electoral College for a reason.
Yeah.
It gives people like here in the state of Washington, all along the coastline on the west, all blue.
Yeah.
That's where most of the population is.
Yeah.
Here in the cities.
Mm-hmm.
Those that live out in the valley, to Spokane, Yakima, all those other, deserty places, there's barely any people there, and their voices are barely heard. That's the basic concept. Their voice needs to be heard. That's why they have it.
I was going to bring this up to you and see what you thought.
What's that?
Do you think that Democrats voting or trying to push illegal immigrants to be allowed to vote is the 21st century version of the 3/5 compromise?
Remind me what the 3/5 compromise was.
After the Constitution was built in 1783, it was voted, I think, in 1789 or 1787, where slaves basically accounted for 3/5 of a person.
That's right, I remember that.
And
that's right.
The reason why was that it accounted for population counts. And it was aimed because the South wanted to have more delegates inside Congress, because they wanted more delegates. So back in that day, slaves were not counted as people. So the population is that the North had more people technically per capita.
Yeah.
And counted people, so they were allowed, obviously, more representatives in Congress. So the South was like, no, we have slaves, they count as 3/5 of a person, so that if we count that as part of the population, then technically the South would have more delegates or more representatives in Congress.
Interesting.
So now look at it this way, as what the Democrats are doing now. Hey, let's have these fucking illegal immigrants count for votes you know, and so that they can vote for us because we know they are, because we're fighting for them. So we get to get more seats in the House.
So you're saying that this is a Southern tactic from back in the 1890s?
I'm saying that it's just being revisited now, yeah, and that allowing illegals to vote is the new modern day age of 3/5 compromise.
So let me ask you this, because I'm kind of dumb on this subject. If I say that illegals shouldn't vote, does that make it seem like if it was 1890s that slaves aren't people at all? They're only 3/5 of a human?
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying right now if I said about illegals. I don't know if I worded that right.
It's like saying that if I want these people to vote, I am not considering them human. Well, I only want to consider them numbers.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
In order to help me out.
So my opinion on all this is that they're not allowed to vote. They have no reason to.
No.
That's my standpoint. If people want to fight me and argue me about the whole policy of immigration, I believe it does need to be changed. It needs to be a lot easier for people to become nationalized. I really do believe that. The process is so stupid.
Slow.
It's so slow. It's so hard to get what they need. I as an American and as a patriot, I believe welcoming people in open arms, as long as they do and contribute and promise to be part of the American way of life. Meaning celebrating our traditions, knowing our history, becoming American, knowing what being American is about. And I stress this a lot. Don't forget where you come from, but remember where you stand currently.
Yeah.
Because everybody in this day and age, bro, is searching for an identity.
Yeah.
Everybody wants a fucking identity. I hate it. Our identity was founded on July 4th, 1776.
Mm-hmm.
That's our race. That's who we are. I hate when people ask, "Oh, what's your ethnicity? What's your race, your background?" I tell them, "I'm American." No. I mean, like, where are you from? California.
Yeah.
You know, I'm like, fuck, man. What more do you want? I'm an American.
Yeah.
What do you want me to say? I'm from fucking Mexico? No, I'm not. You know?
Mm-hmm.
I'm not even Mexican.
You not?
No. I got no Mexican in me. Got none at all. My mother, you know, she's from another country. She's from El Salvador.
All right.
Yeah. She came here because of the war, because of communism.
Yeah.
During the 80s. She saw that shit. She ran away from it. She was actually forced to run away by the U.S. government. They told her to leave. Yeah. I'm not getting into the whole detail on here, but...
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Communism doesn't work, by the way. It does not work. Nor does socialism. It's just a theory. That's all it is. It's like the Big Bang. We don't know.
Yeah.
That's what people need to understand. I don't know. That's just my personal opinion on it. I really don't believe illegal immigrants should have the right to vote. But there is, I forgot what it is, but they do have certain rights living here in the States.
You do. Yeah.
I forgot what it was.
Rights.
What's that?
Unalienable rights.
That's right. But a lot of people have mixed opinion about that.
Uh-huh. It's called human rights, too.
Exactly.
Everything that goes into the Geneva Conventions.
Correct.
They have the right to.
What's your take on it?
Well, I can't go into Mexico and vote.
No.
I can't go into Canada and vote.
Nope.
I can't go into anywhere else and vote.
Nope.
So. That's my take.
I would take it. I would take it, man. Like
I just firmly believe that the entire reason why they want illegals to vote is because it comes back to
the numbers.
The 3/5 compromise. It's just like another, the Democrats don't really fucking view them as human beings. They only count them as numbers, and they want to count them as numbers because they want to have higher representation in Congress. Yep. I think that's the only reason why that they're pushing for it. Even some dumb bitch in Congress have fucking said allow 16-year-olds to vote.
No, they hell, it's even debatable if at 18.
Man, it's fucking debatable for fucking people that are felons.
Yeah.
Felons can't vote.
No.
And they're citizens.
Fuck. I don't know.
But think about it. But think about it, man. If I allow, this is their point of view. If I allow more people to vote, they're gonna vote for me.
Of course. Because I'm giving them a
promise. That's why. Yeah.
That's what the Democratic Party is based upon. Promises that never will fucking happen. Never. No. A lot of these big cities. Was it Flint, Michigan?
Yeah.
Who runs Flint, Michigan?
Democrats.
And where is this? Helping out the black communities, the water, gang violence, all this crap. What's up with that?
Yeah.
Nothing. Nothing's getting done.
No.
I don't get it, man. I just don't get on. And on top of that, these accusations from the Democrats, dude, they're so racist against Jews. Bro. About this whole, anti-Israel and...
I want to see the actual quotes.
Yeah, let's look it up.
I'll give it to you, man, because I've already tried looking for them.
Nothing?
I can't find them.
Get out of town, dude. Okay.
What quotes did Ilhan Omar actually say that was against Jews?
I don't know. It has to. So Fox News is really blowing it up on the pack where she's an anti-Semitist. And
yeah, I know. And so is Ben Shapiro and all that other shit. No, I get it. I understand what's going on. I just can't find the exact quotations from what she said that was actually anti-Semitic. And then we can actually get into semantics about what anti-Semitism, the actual word, really means. But I want to see the actual quotes. If you can find it.
What's her name again?
Ilhan Omar. Ilhan Omar. Because I tried finding it, and I know that, to me, what she said was just she doubted the patriotism of Congress, and that she said do you guys? Basically in a nutshell, what she said was hey, is your loyalty with the United States or is it with Israel? But what did she say that was actually anti-Semitic? That I want to know. And if anyone can find that and show it to me, I'm really interested in that. Because, as much as I like to say I'm on the right, this is the one part that I am kind of teetering on the...
you think the right is making up a fake narrative just to try to push...
Yep.
Interesting.
Because what did she say? I don't know. What did she say?
Very interesting. I like your way of thinking.
What she said was, and also along the lines of they control a lot of money and a lot of policies and narrative and shit like that in the United States. I don't know, man. Look it up. Man. I'm curious. That's what I think.
See, right now I'm on Vox. Very liberal.
Yeah.
I'm trying to find something here.
Even look up on the conservative side.
Man in history and added that
it's hard to find anything that she quoted.
The Jews have in the U.S. Another Labor candidate said it's the super rich families of the Zionist lobby that control the world.
It's not quotations. It's just.
Oh, these are quotes.
Oh, of politicians or?
Of her. Today, about 85% of British Jews believe there are high levels of anti-Semitism in the Labour Party, and the Corbyn himself an anti-Semitic. Okay, whatever. Oh, what is this? Great. I am grateful for Jewish allies and colleagues who are educating me on the painful history of anti-Semitic tropes. At the same time, I reaffirmed the problematic role of lobbyists in our politics, whether it's AIPAC, the NRA, or the fossil fuel industry. It's gone one too long, and we must be willing to address it. You're right, man.
Yeah, what did she say?
I can't find shit.
Yeah.
Wow.
The reason why they say this is because there's a lot of politicians. Well, not a lot. There's a lot of politicians and a lot of interest groups that are, Jewish. So, they take anything that says, even Ben Shapiro said this. Like, even if she said something about against the policy of Israel, it wouldn't have been anti-Semitic. But
oh, so he's actually
he's
on the side. He's trying to save her ass and all.
No, fuck no, he's not.
Because he's Jewish.
No, yeah, he's not trying to help her out.
Oh.
He's just saying that, he's saying that she says anti-Semitic things, and I've been listening to him, and he says she's been saying anti-Semitic this, anti-Semitic that, and just keeps repeating that, and I find that people that keep repeating a phrase, a key word, to you that wants to instill it in your brain, it's just like a bunch of bullshit. And so, I keep listening to him, and I don't find any fucking quotations of what she said. I don't see, I'm not trying to defend her by any means.
Of course.
Because I think she's kind of aggressive in one sense. But, but I am also going to call out bullshit when I see it. And I think it's bullshit. And because... why do we have to support... I'm not saying that we shouldn't, okay, by any means.
No, of course.
But, why do we spend billions of dollars every 3 years?
Yeah.
Why? It makes you wonder. Why?
I can't find shit.
Yeah, can't. Yeah, it's weird, right? I don't know.
Wow.
I don't know what anti-Semitic shit that was said. I don't know. It's something to say that, they are the cause of disease, or they're going to be the, Jews are the reason for, so much death, and blah, 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 blah. But none of those direct words were ever said. And that's what really fucking just blows my mind about, why. It just makes you wonder.
Nancy Pelosi put, I don't think that the Congresswoman has perhaps appreciated the full weight of how this is heard by other people, although I don't believe it was intended in an anti-Semitic way. What was said?
Yeah, what? I don't know.
What the fuck?
I don't know.
Dude, that's so crazy. Yeah. Very interesting, man. I might want to look more into it.
Yeah.
It was offensive. Wow.
Yeah.
Well, it seems like to me this is another tactic.
Boom. Yeah. It just goes back and forth, And I get it.
Mm.
It just, yeah, I just didn't see it. I couldn't find it. I'm like, because I look out for the clues. I look out for the clues when it comes to the CNN tactics or whatever, the media tactics.
Mm-hmm.
And usually what they want to do, if I tell you you're a frog, you're a frog.
Mm-hmm.
You don't believe it now.
Mm-hmm.
But if I spend the next fucking week and you're stuck in this room and I keep telling you you're a frog, you're a frog, you're going to fucking believe it at one point.
That's called, what is that called? That's an actual thing.
Yeah,
There's
right, yeah. So and it's the same thing with on Ben Shapiro, and again, I like Ben Shapiro, but it's on every other fucking right side and Republican news outlet, anti-Semitism. Anti-Semitism.
What does Joan have to say about that?
Who?
Jones. Alex Jones.
I don't know. He hasn't. This was before.
He's always covering something.
Yeah, I mean, you can look
on his website.
But I mean, but if I keep saying anti-Semitism.
Oh, it's gonna
Ilhan Omar.
In my head.
Anti-Semitism. Mm-hmm. Anti-Semitism. You know, it's going to get stuck in your head, you know, and you're going to fucking believe it.
Most definitely.
You know, and it's...
I want to see if there's anything on here. That's very interesting.
Ah.
Nothing found. What the fuck? Dude, what in the hell? Very interesting.
Yep. Let's keep that in mind.
I definitely will.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
What the hell's going on? What is going on? Okay, I don't know what all this is.
Oh, you're just going on now. I don't know, what are you downloading?
Nothing. I don't want to download shit. Okay. Very interesting, man.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Well, you've opened my mind.
Yeah.
God.
And that's why I like Joe Rogan, man. You know, what the fuck did I do with my floss?
How do you paste? Is it Command or Control?
It's Control.
Control V. Nothing.
I had to copy first, right?
Yeah, I did copy. Maybe I didn't. I'm just trying to copy this.
What are you trying to copy?
That name.
Oh, Ilhan Omar?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it two I's? Is that what it is?
No, one. It's a capital I and it's a lowercase L. Just side by side, they look like they're the same letter.
God.
She's a naughty Muslim too. She's been married twice.
No shit.
Yeah. Somalian.
Former KKK Grand Wizard David Duke endorses Ilhan Omar.
Yeah.
What?
Because of her anti-Semitism.
What the
And
fuck?
I think that, and again, I think that's just a ploy.
You think so?
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. So there's a thing on Alex Jones, but I want to know what it said. She does not recognize Venezuela interim president defying Dem leadership Western governments. I want to know what this scandal is. Pelosi's taken back by the growing dissent. Blah 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 blah. Okay. Minnesota gives a fuck. Give the truth. There's nothing.
Yep.
Wow, man.
Boom.
That's very interesting, man. Very, very interesting.
Yep.
Okay. She tweeted in 2012, Israel has hypnotized the world. May Allah awaken the people and help them see the evil doings of Israel.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, there's Arabs that live in it.
Yeah, there is. Or what they call the Palestinians.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, like, again, in the big sense of things, is that really an anti-Semitic comment? It's just
personal opinion.
It's attacking a country, right?
This is in 2012.
If I attack the policies of Afghanistan or Iraq or Saudi Arabia,
so what exactly is anti-Semitic?
Yeah,
I want to know.
Thank you for asking.
Thank
you for asking, because I think that term is being way used. And here's what a Semite is.
Okay.
And you'll be very interested. Semite. And here's what a Semite is. A member. Here, I'm gonna show this because, again, anti-Semitism. I think the term needs to be changed. Because here's what it says.
Well, we gotta be careful with that, man. If it's been put into stone, it's been
a member of any of the peoples who speak or spoke a Semitic language, including in particular the Jews and Arabs.
So they're both considered Semites?
So if an Arab in Israel, which is Palestinian, they can't be anti-Semitic because they are
Semite. Interesting.
It says it right there. That is the dictionary definition. An Arab and a Jew of that specific area.
What classifies you as an Arab? Look that up. What classifies you as an Arab?
An Arab? Mm-hmm. So an Arab is...
Because we know what classifies you as a Jew, right? That's basic knowledge. You practice the Hebrew religion, right?
Okay, so...
You're Jewish. Am I Jewish if I practice Judaism?
Yes.
What classifies you as an Arab?
By location. And, so here's the thing.
Jews, it's by religion.
So, okay,
Arabs
okay,
by
so
location.
take a look at it right now. Okay, so Egypt, right now, right?
Yeah.
Arab nation. Mm-hmm. Back in the days of the Romans and the Greeks, they were not Arab. Okay?
Yeah.
The Arabs are the followers of Muhammad. Okay? When Muhammad was out in the desert of Saudi Arabia or wherever he was out in the Middle East, and what happened is that he was chastised by his people, right? And he was sent off into the desert, and when he was living in a fucking shit hut, and Gabriel came to him and told him what should be the Quran, and that he said that the Arab people own this land. And so what he did is that he left and he went to Mecca and he said, hey, follow me, all the people, and that he conquered all those lands out there, Egypt, Saudi Arabia, Kuwait, shit like that. And the only ones that really opposed him were the Persians and the Ottoman Empire.
Yep.
Right? So the Persian Empire the Persians are Iran, and the Ottomans, which is Turkey. I guess they're technically not Arab. The Arabs are now. It's just a culture of people. They are. That's the reason why that the Quran is only written and supposed to be read in Arabic.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So she would be classified as an Arab.
She is not Arab. She is African.
Ooh. That practice.
Well,
Muslim,
maybe.
That practice the Muslim religion.
They can say that Arabs are black. Technically, I guess in a way.
No, that has nothing to do with black. It has to do with locations. What you said.
No,
right?
It has to do with the culture of the people.
So she's Muslim.
She is Muslim, but however, she reads and understands Arabic. Mogadishu.
So she's a Semite.
And no, Semite is right here. That's what it says. And it's a Semite has to do with geographical location.
Interesting. So a Jew from Chicago is not a Semite. A Jew from Israel is a Semite.
If they're born that way, yeah. So it's like saying if their people are from yeah. But if they're from Europe, then no, they're not Semites technically. And it says right here.
Is it so it's kind of like the thing where it's
like
champagne and sparkling
wine? Cultural or racial group who speak or spoke the Semitic languages. So the Semitic languages are anything that's written from right to left, not left to right. Like that one.
From right to left. So English.
English is left to right, right? So whatever.
Oh, my bad, yeah. Or what about Japanese? I meant Japanese.
Japanese is up and down.
I thought it was right to left.
It's up and down, right to left.
Interesting. I didn't know that.
But anyway, the Semitic languages are a branch of Afro-Asiatic language family origin in the Middle East that are spoken by more than 330 million people across Western Asia, North Africa, and the Horn of Africa, as well as in often large immigrant. Anyway, this is what it says. Semites, Semitic people, from the biblical term Shem in Hebrew, was a term for an ethnic, cultural, or racial group who speak or spoke the Semitic languages. First used in the 1770s by members of the Gotten School of History, the terminology was derived from Shem, one of the three sons of Noah in the book of Genesis, together with the parallel terms of the Hamites and the Japhethites. The terminology is now largely obsolete outside linguistics. However, in archaeology, the term is sometimes used informally as a kind of shorthand for ancient Semitic-speaking people.
Interesting.
Yeah. So, okay. So basically, You have to understand the oldest language, right? That was written in its kind of like alphabetical terms in the sense of like Arabic is it comes from Hebrew. It all comes from Hebrew, right? You read it from the right and goes to the left, and it's from top to bottom, right? And I mean that's been going on since thousands of years before the birth of Christ, and so the Christian Bible was not,
it was written in Hebrew.
Yeah, of course it was written in Hebrew, and also, but so is the Arabic language. It's kind of based on the same thing, the same principles, right to left, top to bottom, and it's kind of like almost the same kind of scripture that you see if you looked at both, both written. Anyway, that's what it means. So technically, Arabs are Semites.
Very interesting.
Yeah.
Very, very interesting.
And it says right here, Y chromosomal links between Semitic-speaking peoples of the Middle East, like Arabs, Jews, Mandeans, Samaritans, and the Assyrians. Even Assyrians, for Christ's sakes. It says it right there in the Syriacs.
Where are they from?
Well, that's... those are the whites.
Are they?
Yeah, Syrians, Assyrians.
No, I'm not
Assyrians or Syriacs are an ethnic group of Western Asia. That's where we came from, the Caucasus.
No shit. They're Caucasians, huh?
Yeah, that was entire Hitler's shit. Assyrians people.
Very interesting.
Not Syrian. What the fuck? Yeah.
I'm not too familiar with this.
Really?
Yeah. That's new to me.
Well, you see how it's Syrian. What isn't the fucking term for like
For what?
For whites, it's like
Caucasian.
No, the other one. Fucking.
Kind of like how they have a definition for blacks and one for Asian. Right? Is that what you're talking about?
No.
Like Asianoid or something like that?
What do the white power people fucking say that they're...
They're Aryan.
Aryan. That's it.
Yeah.
Not Syrian. Aryan. Yeah. Anyway, that's where the same word comes from. Assyrian, Aryan.
Wow, no shit.
Yeah. That's what it says. Assyrian right there. Western Europe. Aramaic. And that's the dead language. That's what, Jesus supposedly spoke. Aramaic.
That's why people think he was white.
Yeah.
That he wasn't white.
No. Kurdish Jews from so it says a DNA study of 6 Middle Eastern populations. Ashkenazi, that's Sephardic and Kurdish Jews from Israel, Muslim Kurds, Muslim Arabs from Israel, and the Palestinian Authority area and the Negev, found that Jews were most closely related to groups in the north of the Fertile Crescent, the Kurds, Turks, and Armenians, than to their Arab neighbors.
I just learned something new today.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. I actually found that out in one of my veteran groups.
No shit.
Yeah.
The topic came up?
Yeah, someone talk about like antis, and he's like, well, it can't be if he's a fucking Arab, and I'm like, what? No, bullshit. And then I made a comment, and then I looked it up after I made this fucking comment. I'm like, holy fucking shit,
mind
you're
blown.
right. I'm like, oh my god, yeah.
So here we go again. This is another prime example of the media just blowing this shit up, especially from the right now.
Yeah,
that's crazy. We would expect this from the left, and here we are.
Yeah, well, it's
right-leaning individuals like us looking into this shit. This is kind of making me want to question it even more, huh?
Yeah, well, I firmly believe in I believe life is a big pendulum, and people are a big pendulum. Everything goes from the one side, and then once it gets on the right side, and it starts to try to fling over onto the other, and then there's never an in between.
Wow. This sounds like hate from the Jews towards the Muslim religion to try to...
But no one's saying anything against Muslims. It's just attacking her,
Well, yeah, because she's an American politician. Didn't recently the Prime Minister, one of the leaders from Israel, go to jail for some type of thing?
Yeah.
What happened?
Fuck, what did he do?
Yeah, I didn't read it.
I remember reading it.
It's like a couple days ago, wasn't it? Or a week ago?
This was a couple months ago.
No, this was like a week ago.
Oh.
Yeah.
No, this was on 22nd March 11. Moshe Katsov was sentenced to 7 years in prison and 2 years probation for rape, incidents act, sexual harassment, and obstruction of justice, and becoming the first former president of Israel to be sentenced to prison.
That's what it was, though.
Yeah,
interesting.
2011.
That must have been just an updated article then that popped up. I didn't bother reading.
There was another one that came after him. This guy, Netanyahu.
That's probably the one then. On corruption charges,
yeah.
being hearing. This is the one.
Yeah.
The fuck did he do? Swindle money? Money launder?
Probably. Again, where is the anti-Semitic fucking comments against him on that?
Yeah.
Was she right or was she wrong? Netanyahu's been the fucking...
Now, this is from CNN.
Yeah.
Let's see what Fox News has to say on this. I want to hear both sides.
Okay.
Yeah. There we go. Well, this is local news. Let's do actual Fox. Oh, where's Fox News?
I don't know, man.
Interesting.
Yeah. Makes you wonder.
Oh, dude, most definitely. We're going to have to cut it short here, dude.
Really?
Yeah, I'm going to get going here.
Oh, hold on. Give me a moment here. Don't do me dirty like that. You got all day.
Oh, man, I still got a lot of homework I got to do tonight. And then my window closes.
Alright, well, before we...
Okay, you just send it out. Nice. Thank you.
Alright, before we call it quits, let's go over the Alex Jones...
Yes. Yes.
Coming up on the Joe Rogan Experience.
That's right.
And what we think about it.
Man.
So here's one thing I want to say about that one. Is that, again, as I already told you, it was a great fucking podcast for one thing. It was fucking amazing. And I felt like Alex Jones, and again, this is personality, I think. You know, he just tries to dominate the conversation, and that, you know, he really tried to take his platform and really try to make it his show to get his, like, word passed out, you know, and
Can you blame him on that, though?
No, I don't.
You know?
I don't blame him on it, but what made him, what really, like, made him kind of discredit himself was his loud and obnoxious behavior on it. And it really wasn't that obnoxious, but, you know...
Where he had that tantrum with Eddie Bravo?
He had quite a few tantrums.
Yeah.
You know, and that's what really kind of discredited him on. And also, not only that, but his verbiage is what really threw people off, I think. His usage of the word alien. Kept trying to say anything not of this world. You know, and I'm like, okay, well, when you're saying alien, fucking 90% of the people out there, or not everyone, is thinking bug-eyed fucking...
Green men.
Yeah, you know, green men, you know.
Yeah.
We're not understanding that what you mean is by, like, some kind of interdimensional being talking to you because you know, have lapsed into the next dimension through your brain. And I thought that was kind of interesting. You know, even Joe Rogan said that when you die, your brain releases chemicals. you know, and it kind of simulates you passing over into heaven, you know, or hell, wherever the fuck you believe. And the DMT helps you fucking cross into that by, you know, and there's psychedelics that help you. And I really thought that, like, you know, when he said that, like, when you're taking these psychedelics and you're taking these drugs and you're going into the next dimension and you're being told plans of, like, new inventions and they simultaneously happen. You know what fucking popped into my mind the very first thing?
What?
Do you think that that's the reason to explain why pyramids were popped up around the world without cultures ever meeting each other?
You mean it was a source of, it was a telephone?
It was a telephone, and it was not only that, but like different cultures taking their peyote or wherever the fuck kind of psychedelics, and that they tapped into the same dimension almost at the same kind of time.
And they know.
And they were all told the same plans at around the same time to build pyramids. You think that could be a possibility?
Wow. Yeah. I didn't think about that either. That's really,
That, like, we always wondered about, like, how did the creation of dragons came about between the Chinese culture, the European culture, and how can you find pyramids in Indonesia and fucking Egypt?
There's pyramids here in America.
Fucking Mexico and
there's pyramids here in America.
Yeah,
Missouri.
Illinois,
in Missouri. Yep.
Like, and how, you know, like, and I'm thinking, like, man, but they said, like, all these cultures had taken, like, psychedelics. I'm like, well, maybe that's how, you know?
Is there a way, if, hypothetically, if you were to take it, and I were to take it, we can meet each other in the same realm?
I don't know, man. I haven't taken
it. I've never heard any first-hand accounts of people taking DMT, for example, or any hallucinogenic, and meeting.
Is DMT illegal?
It is.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I don't even know how to get it.
I don't know.
I would like to know. I really do.
Yeah.
You know, I'm open-minded, but I'm just curious. I want to know if there's a first-hand account on that. If somebody from around the world has encountered somebody else in the same realm of this DMT trip or hallucinogenic trip. If so, that's amazing.
I don't think so. I think that, like, the way they try to make it out on that on that podcast is that it was like
remote viewing.
It's like just for you, but however, it's the same people or it's the same beings trying to interact.
Kind of like how everyone has the same experience with machine elves.
Machine elves, I don't know.
Have you heard about that one?
No.
Yeah, Joe Rogan talks about it all the time, and people that have taken DMT, their first initial trip is just like an opener, like their first trip.
Yeah.
It's just like they see really neat things, colors they'd never seen before, shapes that never existed, and then they snap out of it, back to reality. They take it again, then they're welcomed by beings, what they call the machine elves, and everyone have seen them. Everyone that's been on it. They've all seen machine elves. They're friendly.
But that shouldn't happen, though.
Look it up real quick. Type in machine elves, and it's the first thing people have talked about it. They're like these humanoid little midgets that are friendly, but are metallic, and it's always with DMT. Everybody talks about it.
What the machine elves told me on DMT. What the fuck?
I'm surprised you didn't know that. Yeah. Very, very weird shit.
Yeah, you know, and that was one thing that, like, kind of, like, solidified my opinion about it. You know, when they talked about it, and it was that, like, you would think that, like people would have a different reaction or see different things based on their.
They all say the same.
Yeah.
And what's weird is you don't communicate like you and I are communicating. You communicate for like a feeling through sound and emotion. It's super weird. They say it's like a telepathy. Is that what it's called? Yeah, type of thing. It's really interesting, man. Like you just instantly know what you're saying. They instantly know what they're thinking. I don't know. It's just crazy shit. Yeah, I don't know, man. What's your take on that? I believe this is part of what created religion.
Yeah.
Possibility, you know?
Yeah.
Drugs.
Yeah. And, you know, and they also talked about the, you know, the existence of God.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I believe, you know, I agree with them on that one. And, what was it that Alex Jones says? God doesn't know who created God, right?
Yeah.
What he said.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of makes you wonder, man. You know, the thing about Alex Jones, he was just like I couldn't call him out on it. I mean, there was some things that, you know, like I said, like his verbiage and his explosiveness, really what like brought discredit upon him. But like, I really believe he believes what he's saying.
He does.
I know.
Yeah.
You know, and so like when I say that I believe that he believes what he's saying, it makes me want to believe it too. You know.
But I mean, there's a term for that too, and it's competency. We learned that in the Army. You know, when you go to the board, you can just bullshit your way through everything, and as long as you make it sound good, it's gonna be right.
Yeah.
Is that what he's doing? Maybe. Yeah.
Yeah, I can see that. I can see that.
Or
what did I just tell you? What did I just tell you? If I told you you're a frog? If I told you you're a frog and I'm
gonna constantly think I'm a fucking frog later on. I don't know, man.
I can see that.
I have no idea.
I just think that I find it unbelievable that he's gone through so much experience. And what, he's 45? You know, and he says, like, I've been through, you know, I've seen this. My dad showed me this, and my dad showed me that, you know, and I banged the fucking Satanist bitch. She,
that wanted me to kill my dog.
Yeah, and wanted me to kill my dog, and her dad came out and said, yeah, I fuck her too, and shit like that. You know, I'm like, how the fuck do you get yourself in a position like that? And when you're 16 years old, you know, I'm like,
well, I mean, everybody has a story to tell, you know? I mean, I've gone through stupid shit. You've heard some of my stories.
Well, I find out in my life, man, that, like, the loudest one in the room is usually the one that's most full of shit. You know what I mean? Like, why? I mean, like, why scream it? So, I don't know. But it was very, you know, but like,
think of it that way. But
like some of the things that like he described, and you know, I kind of got to it. And I'm like, man, you know, this part makes sense. This makes sense. You know, and then he kept trying to say, you know, like he kept trying to clear his name about the Sandy Hook. Did he actually say that Sandy Hook was fucking faked? He did say it, and then he brought back, and then he.
It did. Sandy Hook did happen. That's a fact. He admitted that, but he believes it was a fraud. It was fake. It was like a planned event.
At one point, but now he doesn't.
Yeah, we have to look back up. It's hard to because I wanted to look that up too to talk about it. YouTube took.
But he said it so many times on fucking.
But remember what you just said. You can say it over and over again. We can think that. But was it really what he was saying? You know, it goes back to that too. I was trying to look up videos from when he was saying that, when the time happened. When did it happen? 2008, 2007?
Sandy Hook?
Yeah.
It didn't happen 7 or 8. Obama was president in 9.
It was under Obama administration.
Yeah, Obama wasn't president until 9. 2009.
When was it then?
It was like 2010.
10. It was 2010. Yeah, okay.
2011 maybe.
I don't know. I was looking for videos. I can't find anything because YouTube took everything down of them.
Yeah.
There's only snippets from people that upload shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know, man. That's kind of weird.
What was some other things, man? I thought it was very interesting in what he said.
I really liked how he talked about the media and how people do not watch mainstream anymore, and they rely on late night shows to get their information because they want a comical relief from the bullshit that's truly happening. Yeah,
and that you know what, that was kind of a brevity of like a lot of the bullshit that was being said in that one, and I do agree wholeheartedly with him on that one. That like, and then Joe Rogan was trying to say like like sympathize with them and like, oh, they're just trying to be comedian. But like, do you ever watch The Daily Show?
Well, just,
I've actually sat down and watched an episode not too long ago. And
on Comedy Central, right?
Yeah, on Comedy Central, and I can see both points of view. Like I look at it and Trevor Noah, he does just fucking blast everyone, and he does, and he tries to make the funniest, and then and then I could see from the other point of view of like people taking this as legitimate news. Yeah. And that's the problem.
And it's from Comedy Central.
And it's not meant for legitimate news.
No.
But then I also look at it this way: is that I think the producers realize that, and that they use that to their advantage.
Because of the ratings. Yeah.
Yeah.
Most definitely.
So
who do we pinpoint? Who do we blame?
Ourselves.
Yeah. For relying on fake information.
Yeah.
And here comes Trump saying fake news, and people are like, "Oh no, you're fucking full of shit." No, it's true. There's fake news. He's called it out.
Yeah.
It's amazing. That's why I support the guy. Yeah. He's called out on the bullshit.
I had a friend of mine that sent me a news article online. He tried to text it to me. First time a president has never went to see the troops on on Christmas. And it was the Huffington Post, and I hate the Huffington Post, man.
Yep. Very liberal.
And like literally within 12 hours, it was like, hey, here he is showing up in Iraq. And I'm like, how the fuck do you send me this stuff, man?
Yeah, and what did he say?
Yeah.
What did he have? Nothing. No. And he still is not woke.
No.
See, that's the thing, man. Everyone wants to follow the masses. Everyone thinks they're a sheepdog. In reality, they're a sheep. Yeah. I want to be a sheepdog, but I don't know the truth. Alex Jones he wants to be a sheepdog. He's trying to force his,
I don't know, man.
The presence of moving away from the bullshit into what he thinks is truth. But how do we know that's truth? See, this is the thing. I want to stick to what...
The biggest thing that I enjoyed of what he said is that he's like, once I've been fed one thing to find out that that's a conspiracy, I started believing that everything else after it was a conspiracy.
Yeah.
But that's what happens, is that I think that he went down that fucking rabbit hole a little too fucking fast and a little too deep.
And he got addicted to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it came up to bite him in the ass.
Yep. Now he's in a lot of lawsuits and he's stressed out and...
It's not that everything that he says is bullshit.
No, it's not.
But some of the things has to be.
Yeah. So, my favorite quote comes from Fox Mulder, X-Files.
Yeah.
I want to believe.
I want to believe.
Yeah, I want to believe it, man. I do.
Yeah.
I really want to believe it. That's my favorite quote.
Yeah.
Because it's true. We all want to.
No,
but can we?
We can.
I don't know. You choose to. I want to believe it. But I don't know if I do.
It's getting a little dark in here.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. It makes you wonder. It makes you fucking wonder.
Everyone wants to know the truth, bro. Everybody wants to know.
Yeah.
I want to know. I want to know where I came from. I want to know who created us. I want to know what our ancient ancestors, who they were really communicating with. Do aliens exist? Is there extra-dimensional beings? Is religion just a hoax just to keep mankind in check? I want to know the truth.
Do you really though?
Yeah, I do.
Why?
I'll feel like I'm completed and I don't have to live this rat race of a life. Because every single one of us, including yourself, every single one of us, including yourself, what are we doing? We're surviving. We find ways to put food on the table.
Yeah.
We have to live through this society that tells us what to do, how to do it, and if you don't do it, how are you going to do anything? That's why there's people that Like hippies, for example.
Yeah.
You know, they don't want to be homeless. They do it. It's because it's a trend. They don't want to live the societal life that we do. They don't care for this shit. They don't care for like the fancy stuff, cars, or anything. They want to be free. They want to know the truth. That's why they do whatever the fuck they want. Not all of them, but some of them.
I don't know.
I want to know. I want to know everything.
Why?
Because I think there's more than just this.
You know, you can just, the quickest way to make change is you said it yourself on your fucking Facebook post. You create it.
Yeah, that's right.
What's stopping you from creating it?
Survival. But nothing
Fear.
really.
Fear.
Yeah, I guess.
Doubt.
Yeah.
Fear and
See,
doubt.
I'm doing that right now as we speak. I'm doubting myself. Yeah.
It's fear and doubt. That's what it is. And it's... Why? Why do we have to know everything? What difference is it going to make? At one point in life, in our lives, we're going to end. And it's not going to make a lick of difference anyway. It's only going to make a difference for those that we pass on our genes to.
Sure. See, the way I see it is, do you like Brussels sprouts?
I don't care. I've eaten them, yeah.
Okay. I mean, would you go out of your way for them?
No.
No?
Mm-mm.
Let's say I really like Brussels sprouts. I really want to go out of my way for them.
Okay.
It's just a personal thing.
Huh.
I don't know. That's it. It's a way I can explain it. I want it. So I'm going to get it. Just like right now, my goal in life is to be successful.
Yeah.
Very successful. I want to be able to live without any worries of financial struggle.
Yeah.
I'm very business perspective. I love that stuff. I love the word money, where it comes. Not to be greedy with it, but to learn how to grow it and be successful.
Yeah.
I want that. The same thing comes with knowledge of everything. I want that. I want to know everything. I want that for my own personal benefit. It's a peace of mind. That's all I can say. Like if I know it all, which I never will, because I literally just explained the quote from Socrates. Not knowing any, or I forgot how it keeps. I can't even quote the quote that I really like. I need it for my own personal satisfaction. Just like how crackheads need crack. This is what I need. Right there. The only true wisdom is knowing you know nothing. I know nothing.
You ever hear the term ignorance is bliss?
Of course.
Right? I just feel...
Is it though?
Oh, it is.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Stupidity doesn't hurt yourself, it hurts everyone else.
Yeah.
Right?
But the person that is stupid, is he happy?
However, yeah.
Yeah.
Who's the one that's really free, though?
Him.
Yeah. So, like, you think that people that have everything, that they have no worries at all?
Oh, they have a lot of worries.
You see, what happens is that, it's hard to say that when you have less than they do, like, our priorities are different. Sitting here, you and I, right now. It's that our priorities are like, oh, hey, what's going to happen this weekend? What's going to happen for school next week and shit like that.
Exactly. Yeah.
And then for billionaires, it's like, oh, how am I going to find the fucking fountain of youth?
Yeah.
That doesn't exist. How am I going to transcend my existence by downloading my brain into a computer?
Sure.
That's not going to happen. You know what I mean? And if it does, that you're not even going to be the same person.
Yeah.
The human brain is always going to strive for more, and I think it has to deal with personality to say, like, when is enough? Am I enough? Like,
is there ever enough?
Happiness is not what makes what you make. It's not in your environment. It's what you make of it.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
And
what if that makes me happy?
To strive for more, you're going to find yourself driving yourself mad. People have done it many, many, many times.
What if they did
and they
wrong?
only end up fucking being alone and fucking driving themselves fucking crazy.
That's what I'm doing now. I'm alone. And it was funny because my my buddy, he explained it to me. Being alone, there's a quote. Can you look up the quote from Albert Einstein about being alone? And he explained it to me. And it was, I don't know, it was really good. Really good, man. And it makes sense. It's going to explain what you were just saying. Yeah. It's about being a loner.
Be a loner. That gives you time to wander, to search for the truth, have holy curiosity, make your life worth living.
That's what I want.
Killing yourself.
Did he kill himself?
Basically. But you know that he left his kids, right?
Yeah, he left everything.
Yeah. Makes him a piece of shit.
I don't know what it is. I don't know. I don't have kids.
His theory of relativity and E equals MC squared was even actually disproven.
I can believe that.
Yeah.
But it's the quote itself, man.
Einstein and the poet is what it says here.
Yeah. But you know,
I just think that we just complicate shit that we don't need to. You know.
But I want it. I want it.
Yeah.
That's my personal thing. You know, are you gonna stop Joe Schmo from not buying that Camaro? You know, private Schmo. He really wants a Camaro. You can tell him everything about how this is going to fuck up his career and his payments, his credit. But what's he going to do?
Yeah.
He's going to do it anyways. And what does he get out of that? A lesson.
Self-gratification.
A lesson.
Yeah.
I want that lesson. I want to know what that lesson is. I want to experiment. You say I'm going, what? I'm going to kill myself pretty much?
No, I'm not
saying. No, not in that sense, but in the mental sense of I'm pretty much I'm killing myself slowly, like going insanely mad.
Yeah.
Like I already know it all, so now what?
Yeah.
Like what do I do now? What a boring fucking life.
Yeah.
But how do I?
But you could
be
so blind about like what's right in front of you.
How, I guess this is the right word, orgasmic would it be where you finally know everything and it's already your end time, your time to end on Earth? Like, how satisfying is that? You're like, accomplished, done. On the clicks, you know.
I don't know. I don't find that. I don't think it would be satisfying at all.
I want to know. I want to. The knowledge from more.
I just don't see the. I don't know.
You know, I think it's boring to do routine. Routine kills me. You know, if you just do routine every single day, what are you doing with your life?
Yeah.
Why not strive for more? You know, and we need people to do routine in our life, bro, and we need people to do what I want to do, because the people that act like what I want to do, or I should say, I'm acting like those people, that I want to be like those people. Those are the people that create, develop, establish new things in life. The people that do routine, they just constantly do the same thing, and they buy off of everything that these people do to make their satisfactions happy. And then they die, and these people die, and we both end up 6 feet under. We're all the same. Just mentally, we're not.
Yeah.
And I want to know why. That's why. Yeah.
I don't. It's like if I was given the opportunity and I'm like sitting right here and I see the fountain of youth, like, and I was given the chance of mortality or immortality.
Sure, I wouldn't take it.
I would choose mortality.
Would you really? I wouldn't take it. Because that's where I'll find myself.
Mortality.
Oh, mortality. Sorry, immortality. Yeah, of course, I would too. Yeah, that's it.
And if I was in the shoes of Adam. Of Adam and Eve,
sure,
I would choose knowledge over immortality. And
so you would choose knowledge, huh? Why?
Choose knowledge. Oh man, because you know, like immortality, man. Life is just pain, dude.
It is. It's horrible,
and it's just about how to deal with it, and and the knowledge is about like passing on to make it a little bit softer for the next generation.
Sure.
And knowledge, man, and I find out from everyone that you listen to, from the smartest to the dumbest, to the criminal to the non-criminal, one thing no one on the face of this earth, or even in the next dimension, can take from you. It's right here.
Yep.
No one can take that from you.
No.
And it's the most powerful fucking thing. And that, if you think about it, that like the earth is just whatever you create it. It's, you know, by who you choose to have around you, by the environment that you want to live in.
That's what he said.
The house, whatever, you know. Yeah.
Exactly what Albert Einstein just said.
Yeah. You know, it's just not. Yeah. You can. As weird as it sounds, you can. You can destroy an ideology. You can destroy a government. You can't destroy an idea. You can't.
Well, technically you can if it's patented.
Only if you put a bullet in their head.
Yeah. Yeah. It's true. If we want to get technical, but...
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, technical. But no, but even in the sense, even when you do that, you can't destroy an idea.
No.
No.
No, you cannot. But that's my standpoint on that, man. When it comes to stuff like that,
I don't want to know. I don't want to know the secrets of the universe.
Why not?
I'll find it out when I die.
That's the thing. Do we find out when we die?
I don't know. Who cares?
Yeah.
I like to believe it.
See, you want to believe.
I have faith in it.
Yeah, I have faith too. You know, I believe in a God, a creator. I believe in, you know, some type of afterlife. But I want to know what happens during that afterlife.
Does it really matter, though?
I don't know. What if it's pain and suffering? I thought this was pain and suffering.
You'll find out.
Yeah, I guess
if
so.
If it's pain and suffering, it's going to be pain and suffering. Regardless if you know it is beforehand or afterwards.
You know,
still going.
And it's funny how, like, it's mainly
know.
the Asian culture that believe in reincarnation.
No, yeah, well, I guess Indians aren't technically
Asian.
Yeah.
And reincarnation.
Yeah. Well, I believe in reincarnation.
You think that exists?
Yeah, my mom does. My mom believes it. I just don't believe that I'm reincarnated. I think I believe in reincarnation, and I believe that there are people that feel like they are, because my mom has a strong belief that she was like
reincarnated.
Yeah,
from a past being.
Like a mobster that was fucking shot. Yeah, she has a strong belief that she.
I want to hear this.
Yeah. So.
Like she have dreams, lucid dreams.
Yeah, it's like a recurring dream, and like.
Can she identify the face of the individual and everything?
Yeah. She believes she was shot and killed in like Chicago or some shit like that.
No shit.
And so like my mom just has like she just loves like mafia shit. We're not Italian by any means.
Yeah.
Not even a fucking.
Hence the Sopranos.
Yeah, hence the Sopranos. Yeah. But I grew up watching movies like Casino, Godfather, fucking
Goodfellas, man.
My mom loves it, you know, and so it kind of bled onto me about me liking Al Capone. So I looked up, I did a lot of research about Al Capone.
He was on Alcatraz.
Well, I did an entire like high school project on Al Capone. I went against the grain.
Sure.
Anyway, but my mom firmly believes that, like she said to me, like, I keep having this vision of like, I was killed, and I was this man that was, dressed in the entire get up of not a zoot suit,
or just a
like a mobster. And she's like, I just and she's always been into that shit, always into that mobster stuff. And
does she see herself doing certain things that would kind of relate to those type of pastimes, maybe? That she doesn't even know about, maybe you've seen?
But I don't know what that would be.
I don't know either. Does she know the name of the individual? Does she know any of that stuff, the face? Like, does she go through databases, maybe finding? It's like, man, that's the person.
No,
that's
she just.
She's
just
this
like a spiritual person that believes that she was reincarnated. And I believe that there are a lot of people out there that like feel that, that like have like some kind of like recurring dreams or like have some kind of connection to it.
Sure.
I just know for me, I don't have any of that.
Does she say anything about she is the second chance? And the individual that died is given the second chance within her. Like, he was such a bad person that...
No, it doesn't come in that.
I don't know. I'm just trying to throw shit in my head.
No, she just says that, like, she just, like, she sees herself as like prior as a man, and that was shot and killed.
Man, that's interesting.
And wearing and
she
like,
saw the event that happened.
Yeah,
wow.
yeah.
Was it with the Tommy gun?
Oh, I don't know.
I would ask that.
My mom doesn't go into too much details of like shit like that, but yeah, she's told me before, and she believes it. And, and I believe in reincarnation too.
Sure.
I kind of like believe in that Indian sense of.
Yeah, see, they have a really interesting way of thinking too.
If you fuck up in this life, you're gonna become a fucking slug.
I was just gonna say that. How pissed off would it be if I was gonna be a banana slug? Like fuck. But no,
I don't know, man. But think of it about like this, man. Think of it this way. Like, do you think that if you fucked up, that you would actually become a banana slug? Someone that, like, a being that only lives for fucking a year? And be like, hey, I'm out, bitches! Or, like, do you think that if you fuck up, you become a human being again? And be like, here's the pain, and here's the fucking suffering for fucking 80 years. What do you think? What do you think? Because like I think my mom, I think that's what my mom thinks. My mom thinks is that she fucked up in her previous life. Yeah. Right? Yeah. She was a gangster or whatever.
Yeah, correct.
And that like fucked up other people.
Sure.
And instead of becoming like a fucking a bacteria, something that just comes in and
useless,
out like a fly.
Yeah.
A fly that lives for a fucking week.
Yeah.
That she had to suffer back again by becoming another human being.
So it's not a second chance. It's just hell. It's just punishment.
Well, I mean, like it's the karma thing. You do bad things come back to you, right? But do you think that human living is the punishment? You see what I'm saying?
You know what's funny? I want to say yes. Because how much in pop culture, literature, has people say that living is pain?
Life is pain.
Life is pain.
Yeah.
It's said so many times. And what opened my eyes to that was when I was in Germany. I was watching Rick and Morty for the first time. Everyone was talking about it. It was when it first aired. And I was miserable. I was drinking. I was by myself. I was just getting plastered drunk all alone. And I was watching Rick and Morty just to cheer me up. But I was listening to Rick talk. The writers are very interesting. I really want to pick their brains on what they think. Because they
smart.
They're very smart.
They're fucking smart.
But they're very deep.
Yeah.
Like I feel like they know things that they're trying to show to people. Like, hey, this is probably reality.
Yeah.
And there was points that Rick made about life is pain. Or there was the Meeseeks. Remember Mr. Meeseeks?
Yeah.
Life is pain. Kill me now. I'm only here to help you.
Yeah. And then once they help you out, they can finally die.
Yeah.
Oh my wife left.
Oh really?
Yeah, that's funny.
Yeah, isn't that weird?
Yeah, no, and as I say that, I'm kind of like coming up with this epiphany. Yeah. And I kind of fucking believe that, man. I think that if you are reincarnated as a human being, you're the one that fucked up in the past fucking life, Yeah. So maybe I'm a reincarnation of an eagle that fucking ate his own kids and shit. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. That's what I think.
If you don't accomplish the actual goal.
Because why? Because I'm thinking, and I'm thinking that like my mom, I said this before, she said that, I keep getting this in my fucking mind, about, her saying that, she remembers herself being shot and shit like that, and my mom was born in the 40s.
Sure.
So like, someone dying in the 40s at that time kind of like makes sense about like happened. I don't know.
That's a little odd, don't you think? Wow. I don't know. That's kind of crazy. Born in the 40s, that type of stuff happened in the 40s.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Huh.
I just don't, again, I look out for the clues. Mm-hmm. Like I take dreams very seriously.
Sure.
I do.
Sure.
And I take like, I've had instances of deja vu.
Oh, me too.
And, and I take that shit seriously. I just don't have that feeling that I'm reincarnated. I just think
I don't either.
New souls.
I don't think I was anybody in the past.
I don't think so.
No, I think this is just me. I'm probably just like that guy, the gangster that your mom envisions. Yeah. And if I fuck up, I'll probably have to relive another life.
Yeah. Oh, I want to fucking show you that meme, dude. This shit is so fucking funny. Let me see if I can fucking, if I still have it. Oh, where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Oh, yeah, here it is, man. Look at it. That baby was born, bro, and he's like, I fucked up, dude. I'm still here. I don't know. That's the, yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, like, it's all different interpretations of the shit, man. But
I don't know. I just want to know where that theory
that, like,
came from. Where did they get that theory from? Not theory, but that...
Man,
that
dude, there's this video, dude, that there's this kid that was born in Israel, dog. And he fucking, like, comes out and he says some shit and I can't remember exactly what it was. But it was along the lines of I died here, you know, and, like, no one knew where he was at, and he pointed out the remains of his own fucking body. It was, like, weird, dude. Yeah. Let me see if I can find it, dude.
How accurate is this?
Oh, dude. I don't know. Israeli kid reincarnated. Yeah, dude, this fucking is fucking insane, bro. Boy remembers amazing details of past life. Oh, no, hold on. Right here. Yeah, he points out that I was a murderer. Dude, it's fucking insane. Can we hear it?
Hey, Mama, turn it up.
Being murdered. At first, no one believed him. That is, until he led village elders to the spot where he remembers being buried.
Oh, I'm not allowed to show fucking...
Mixed in with the group of village elders was a man by the name of Dr. Eli Lash. Dr. Eli Lash is known in Gaza for developing a government medical system. Lash witnessed all of these events. The villagers dug up the spot where the boy says his former corpse remains, and sure enough, there was a skeleton there. Mysteriously, a large axe mark on the skeleton corresponds to a birthmark.
Yeah, that's another thing. Birthmarks, they believe, is where you got killed.
Boy says he was murdered with an axe, and then led village elders to the spot where the murderer buried the weapon. Sure enough, they dug up an axe.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
The boy then led people to the village he was from in his past life and told them of his previous name. When people of the boy's former home village were asked about a man going by this name, they said the man had disappeared 4 years earlier and never returned. Remember, the boy was 3 years old.
So by the time he was conceived, it was about like 4 years.
But strangest of all, the boy recounted exactly who his murderer was. When the boy confronted his killer, the man's face turned a pale white, and he started acting very suspicious. Once the boy led elders to the exact spot of his corpse and the murder weapon, the killer gave in and admitted to the crime, for which he ended up being charged with.
Can we get the information from
Is
this?
the boy a
I would
product
love
of
to know where, like,
reincarnation?
does he have sources?
Are we all perhaps
Nights.
reincarnation?
Man. 3-year-old boy remembers his past life. This is in the collective evolution.
Like, how do we know this is accurate, you know?
Timesofisrael.com. Man, yeah, dude, it's just fucking...
That's really interesting.
It is interesting.
Like, I really want to know.
And then here's a Drew's toddler amazes experts by speaking English without ever learning it. Makes you wonder, man. I mean, like, hoax or fact. I guess here's hoaxorfact.com. Maybe hoax, I don't know. Facts. Therapist Schutz. Copyrighted in 2002. I don't know, man.
There's that Dr. Eli Losh.
Oh, when did you mention him?
That was part of the story.
Oh,
yeah.
Now, yeah.
The guy that died and reincarnated to the kid.
Yeah.
Let's see if we can get information about him.
2009. Initially, he was a medical doctor. I don't know, man. It's reincarnation and religious or philosophical concept or biological.
See, hoax or fact, undetermined. I can't. I don't know. I need more proof.
The way I think of it, and I have a good friend of mine, man. I've been deployed with. His name's Big Lew, And when I was deployed last time I was deployed with him was in Afghanistan, and I love ghost shows. I love ghost shows. I believe.
You believe in this?
A lot of his shit is fake that they put on TV, but I believe in ghosts.
You do?
I do. Wholeheartedly.
Have you experienced?
And then he asked me, he's like, why? And I said to him specifically, I said, energy cannot be destroyed or created.
Okay. So
what happens when we die? Is it really that hard to believe? Or is it more hard to not believe it? So, and that's what I said, it's like, man, what happens to our energy? Do you think that souls are an imprint onto energy and that we just pass it on? I don't know, man. It's just fucking,
Have you ever had first-hand accounts of ghosts?
Man.
Honestly, like, if you can
my
remember.
dad said he has. My mom said they have. And, I remember, when I was a kid, that, I had family members that said they had, and we went into a prayer circle and did something when I was a kid.
Oh, that's a little freaky.
It's not freaky. We just, prayed to God. And
okay. Not an actual spiritual.
No, not like a fucking pentagram.
Okay.
And hey, devil, here.
Yeah.
No, not shit like that. No. But I remember, I remember one house that I lived in, and I really hated sleeping alone in my own room.
Okay.
And granted, when I was growing up as a kid, I always slept with my parents.
Sure, I did the same thing.
For the longest time.
Yeah, I did the same thing.
But I always had this feeling that something was watching me, and I never had that feeling elsewhere besides that house. But granted, I was young,
Sure. Yeah.
But then again, they also say that children have
a connection with spirits.
Yeah.
Because their pineal gland is one of the part of our brain. You don't believe in that?
I do.
Yeah.
I do believe that adolescents have a stronger connection to
the spirit realm.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Spirit realms.
Whatever you call it.
Shit. Yeah.
So I have stories. I've been to a lot of haunted places, especially in Nevada.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm pretty sure you know what Virginia City, Nevada is.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the silver.
Yep.
Fucking,
silver and gold town.
Yeah.
The big mining town. Cowboy, Wild West still is.
Yeah. that's where because dude,
Ghost Adventures been there too.
Yeah.
But I've been going there before.
Ghost Adventures started their very first fucking video out there.
Yeah. I've been going there before they ever started that show.
Really?
I remember it as a kid. It's second home to me. I love that place. Yeah. Dad always takes us out there. Takes us to Sutter's Mill over there.
I've been to Sutter's Mill.
Sutter's Mill.
Yeah.
That place is haunted. There's a lot of people that died there.
Yeah, I know that. I've been to Sutter's Fort. I've been to fucking downtown
on the American
Sacramento,
River. Yeah.
When it was...
Those places are haunted.
Oh, yeah, I know
supposedly.
Yeah, right? Oh no, they are. Yeah.
I don't know. This is where my accounts come from.
Yeah.
So, going to Virginia City, Nevada, my entire life, I've always been told it's been haunted.
Yeah.
I talked to the locals. They would show me photos of what they said, and it just looks like cigarette smoke. I'm like, okay. I want to see apparitions. I want to see shit fly in front of me.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is, but people said, have an open mind about it. You have to believe into it in order for it to happen. I'm like, that makes no sense to me. I'm a kid. I never had an actual haunting experience.
Okay.
So, one year, 2006 maybe. Alright, summer, blazing hot outside, 115 degrees. It's a desert. We get it. Family, we went to the Mackey Mansion. It's a mansion out there owned by Mr. Mackey. It was a big business owner out in Virginia City.
I thought that shit was on the East Coast. The guy that
No, the Mackey Mansion. He's from.
Oh no, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Different Mackey.
Yeah. He had ties and fundings to the city and stuff like that. So he
went to the Mackey Mansion.
Yeah. That's in Virginia City.
Isn't that the one with the Devil's Hole on the?
No, that's something else.
Okay.
That's totally different. Yeah, this guy's just a rich fuck. But going through the house, it was a cool tour.
Yeah.
But there was parts of it that were kind of eerie.
Yeah.
That feeling that you were saying of that's
being
uncomfortable,
watched.
not much watched, but something was not right.
Yeah.
It was out of place. That energy thing.
Well, it's like the best way I can describe it is like you being in a car on like 5 o'clock fucking traffic, and like you looking to your left and seeing, and you know that someone's looking at you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know that feeling?
Yeah.
Like it's like it's not important.
No.
But like you catch that person. You catch them. You actually catch that person staring at you.
You have that. It's
from
an
the car.
energy. It's an energy. Yeah, most definitely. So I agree with you on that. So Dad, the family. I was with my dad. We were bullshitting, and everyone else was like enjoying the tour. We walked into the dining area, into the common room. There was a cold ass breeze. I mean, it was freezing, dude. And I was like, oh, Dad, did you feel that? He goes, yeah, Jake, that was kind of weird. And we walk into the other room. It's hot as fuck, bro. And I'm like, where's the AC? He's like, look for the vents. We're looking for vents. We can't find anything. It's an old house. You know, it's not updated. I mean, it's updated to certain standards, but there was no vent. There was no window open. When I mean it was freezing cold, dude, it was like freezing cold. Very interesting. I was like, Dad, maybe that's, you know, a sign of a spirit or whatever. I was making fun of him. And nothing. Right? We kept going back, forth. I was really looking like a retard going back and forth. And it disappeared. And it was just like normal temperature. I was like, Dad, what the fuck? He goes, yeah, it's kind of weird. Whatever. Left it alone. Not a big deal. That was my first account of a spiritual thing. Second account. 2013, came home from basic training, and I'm on my 19-day leave that they forced me to take, and I go to Lake Tahoe. We go to a cabin. We're always out in Tahoe. Always out. It's whatever. Nothing new. I get my own room, and I'm in this room in the cabin, and man, we had a great time. You know, we all enjoyed dinner. You know, everyone's happy I'm home. Blah, 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 blah. I go to bed that night. Mind you, my grandfather died, you know, it was kind of sad, but whatever. This was like months ago. So, you know, everyone's still, the family's still kind of grieving about the whole thing, I get it, but they were just happy that I'm home, and I was too. So I was sleeping in bed, and the room felt a little eerie, but I was too tired to give a shit about anything, man. I literally just graduated basic. I was scared about going to my first unit. You know, that's the only thing that's going through my mind, so I'm stressed. You know, like, fuck, man, I'm going to Germany. This is going to be a big thing for me. You know, I got to get ready for this. And I'm not even enjoying my vacation. Just my mind's going 100 miles an hour. That night, then the first night I was there, I laid in bed, and I covered myself, and I fell asleep. And I had some sleep paralysis. I want to blame that on stress. I always get sleep paralysis.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong. Sleep paralysis, that is the actual terminology of when, like, you feel like a creature is on top of you, right?
Kind of.
And, like, you can't move and you're frozen?
Yes and no.
Okay.
What it really is I've had sleep paralysis my whole life. When I was a kid, I thought it was a being.
I know. I have a good friend of mine that has sleep paralysis, and he sees demons or some shit.
I'll get to that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll get to that. As a kid, I saw that shit. I saw beings that would hover over me. They looked alien-like, and they would just look at me, and they're tall, and they're just, this is real freaky, right?
So what was this one?
Okay, this one. Some people can control sleep paralysis, so over the years I've learned how to control it. And so I sleep sometimes on my stomach. Mm-hmm. And so I have the blanket covered, and my hair started standing up, but I was awake. Mm-hmm. And it was hard for me to breathe, meaning that, okay, I'm in sleep paralysis. I knew mentally I was, because I've had sleep paralysis in basic. I didn't see demons or anything. It was just because I was so fucking stressed out.
Do you wake up and do you see yourself like completely like immobilized?
Just imagine waking up. I can see you. I can't say anything.
But do you think that you're actually awake?
Your eyes are actually.
Or are you dreaming, thinking that you're seeing yourself?
Your body's asleep. I forgot how it works. What is it? Your mind is awake. Your body is asleep. Okay. That's what it is. Your mind is awake. Your body is asleep. So you take a mental image of what the room was when you fell asleep.
In a way, you're like kind of dreaming.
You are dreaming. Yeah.
But like you're envisioning yourself.
Yes.
Kind of, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, you don't see yourself. You see what you're seeing now. So, like, you looking at me. Just imagine you looking at me in sleep paralysis, not being able to move. You can't breathe, and you're forcing yourself to try to tell me, help me, I can't move.
Okay.
So your mind's playing tricks on you. That's all it is.
Okay.
I've learned that over the years.
Okay.
So, Lake Tahoe.
Yeah.
Shit happens. I'm sleeping on my stomach, and I feel a presence. You know that presence that you were just talking about.
Yeah, I feel like being
my
watched.
hairs are standing up, and something's not right. Something's in the room. That's all I can tell myself. I'm like, fuck, wake up, and I can't move. I can't move. Like, god damn it, man. I feel my sheets getting pulled away from me. That's when I freaked out, and I started praying. I just started praying, and it went away.
Yeah.
It's like, fuck, man. And then I've learned to use left or right leg, and I always kick, and it wakes me up. Heavy breathing, and I did not want to look behind me. Just did not. So what was weird was the sheets were pulled down a little. Wow. That freaked me out. So I pulled it back up, went right back to bed, and I did another prayer.
Yeah, prayer, man.
I just pray. I just pray. Because I am a religious man. I am.
Yeah, me too.
There was a 1960s, maybe 70s style, maybe 80s. Maybe 80s. Let's say 80s. It was one of those old-fashioned radio clocks. You know, that plays the radio clock. It just went off on its own. Just bang! I was like, oh my god. And dude, I broke it. I was so scared. I fucking pulled it and I threw it across the room. I didn't want to look behind me. You know, I'm laying down. The thing is right here on the nightstand. I did not want to look. Bro. And then out of nowhere, the sheet started pulling again. And I was fucking freaked out. I literally said this out of my breath. I can remember just being like, just stop. I don't care. Leave me alone.
You have to declare
I want to sleep.
You have to declare it.
Fuck off. And just stop.
Yeah, you have to declare it.
And obviously Jesus Christ is my Savior. That's one of the biggest ones. But I know Jesus Christ is my Savior.
You know what? Dude, when I was a kid in that same fucking house, bro. Mm-hmm. So, do you remember that old fucking, hold on, let me get, do you remember that old fucking movie? It was like oh my god, what is it called?
Not The Exorcist, right?
No, not The Exorcist. It was a kid's movie. It was of like little figurines. One was of monsters, and the other one was where like the soldiers. Do you remember one of the fucking?
Oh, Toy Soldiers.
Toy Soldiers, I think.
From 1990s.
Yeah, and the Toy Soldier and the soldiers were the bad guys.
Yep.
And the
monsters were the good guys.
Mm-hmm. But they were like natives or whatever. Like
great
Indians,
movie.
Right?
Great movie.
I had a pin. Right, and it was a pin that, like, one of those ones that you can, like, fucking, like, different kinds of color ink.
Oh, okay.
And shit like that. And,
And
it was the, and it was, the head was the monster.
The main brown guy?
Yeah, the main brown guy. You know, you give you, like, some, fight for blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Or whatever the hell. Yeah. And so, like, he was a recording pin, bro. And, like, you can, like, just, like, press and record or whatever message, and he'll say whatever it was. Bro, I remember taking that pin, dog, and he'd fucking go, and I'd be like, what the fuck? Bro, I was 8 years old, man, and I would record something and it'll go like, bah, and I'm like, what the fuck? And it was the same house. You see, my dad, you know, he's gone through multiple brain surgeries, so he has like an issue with his head and stuff like that. You know, and I love my dad with all my heart. Sure. And I really wish that I knew, you know, the way that he used to be beforehand. Sure. But he came out, and my dad is the kind of guy, he doesn't fucking fluff up anything, right? He tells you shit like, you know, I played football for 4 years in high school, and, you know, and I was the baddest fucking football player, right? You know, I could beat anyone up. And, you know, there's certain stories that he fucking says all the time, and that's what part of his dementia is that he believes that. And there's other things that when he says is that I keep trying to have to tell my mom this, is that this is the parts that he does believe, you know, and you have to really know him to understand that. And he fucking said one time, because we used to keep him at home, and this is before he got really bad, and so because like we couldn't take him out in public too much, and I was just a young kid, and you know, anyway, only child and shit like that. Anyway, so like we came home one night from something, I don't know if it was going to a movie theater or whatever the fuck, and he said like, I sat here, and someone came down, and you know, and like looked up at me, like kneeled at me from the chair and looked up at me. And when he said that, my mom and I think we were like I was 9 years old, and we were driving a 1999 Jeep Cherokee, and it broke down on the side of the highway. And he fucking said that he saw someone the same time that we broke down on the highway, and a CHP officer came up behind us. And my mom firmly believes that it was a guardian angel that came out and saw us on the fucking side of the highway. And because, like, we were destined to probably get hit by someone or fucking, like, get net by a fucking serial killer, whatever the fuck, you know. My mom thinks like that.
Of course.
And my dad firmly believed that he saw an angel almost at the exact fucking time that we were, like, and then we came home and we were like, hey, Dad, you know, we fucking ran out of gas on the fucking side of the road. He's like, and, you know, and my dad doesn't make up stories. Sure. One thing my dad is that, you know, if he thinks that you're fucking stupid, he'll tell you you're fucking stupid. He doesn't give a fuck. You know, and not only that, but he doesn't have the ability to filter it. Sure. And my dad's never been, even though he grew up Catholic, he's never been a religious man. He's always been fucked over in his entire life and shit on by life. But for some reason, you know, and I keep telling it to my dad, is that, you know, you may have, regardless of what you think, God's looking out for you, because otherwise he's outlived all of his brothers and sisters and shit like that, and he gets to see his grandson. You know what I mean? And like, they told him back in the 60s when he got his meningitis or sinus meningitis in the front of the brain and his gangrene that you weren't going to live past fucking the 70s, you know?
So he lost faith.
Oh, yeah.
Years ago, he lost faith. But for some reason, God communicates
I don't know if he lost faith. That's the thing. So my dad doesn't ever talk about religion or faith or anything like that.
He's probably one of those people that want to believe. And
my dad is one of those guys that he just really does not give a flying fuck. He's just one of those guys that, like, I'm living in the moment now, and I can control me. He's one of those scientific guys. He always has been. And he's, you know, but I don't know.
Okay.
From what I've been told, because it's hard for me to say that.
This is how you feel about it. Okay.
Because when I grew, because obviously my dad was sane enough to conceive me, right? And it was after I was born, my dad went through his multiple brain surgeries, and that's what really affected him, and then it changed his personality. But my dad's been always, from everyone that's been telling me, you know, my cousins, I don't know my dad's side of the family, because my dad's side of the family, they left him. They fucking really just fucking said, the only one was his sister, and she was a World War II veteran. She was in the Navy, and she was gay too. You know, one of those real pioneers. Yeah. But and she was the only one that I remember on my dad's side of the family that I had a strong connection, and I love her to death, and I wish that she was alive today, but unfortunately, you know, she's not. You know, but but my dad has lived a life of being shit on, and this is where I learn, about, my humility today is from the indirect relationship of my father, because I know my father has said, you can never ever appreciate anything in life until you've had nothing at all, and I believe that. When I went through my deployments in Iraq, I came home to no one. And then my mom had her cancer. My mom had her heart attack. But and this was before me going to Afghanistan. And I was an only child, and I had to deal with that shit. And I had to deal with that fucking split in my life of like, what do I want to do? I have no one else to take care of my family, because I know my other extended family, they don't give a fuck, and I'm an only child, and I want to stay in the army.
Correct. And
thankfully, by the grace of God, I was able to handle both.
Yeah.
And I came home from Iraq at the right time. Because when I was in Iraq, my mom was bleeding through her anus because she had the colon cancer.
Yeah.
And I said, hey Mom, I talked to her on the phone and said, hey, how's it going? Like, hey, they cauterized it right now. I'm not going to go through the surgery until August, and I'm already there in March. And I said, I really don't want to leave, so like, can we arrange something? She said, yeah. I said, hey, I'm going to call you every week, man.
Sure.
That's all I can fucking do. I can call her twice a week. That's all I can do. And so we got it arranged where, by the time the end of my tour, I was not a mission essential anymore. Yeah. I really didn't want to leave, man, because I just came out there, and I was supposed to backfill some guys.
Yeah.
And I told my team, and I told the first sergeant too, because I got a Red Cross message, and I said, hey, I don't want to leave, but I got to take care of my mom too, and so like, what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep you guys informed, and I'm only going to leave when I absolutely have to.
Yeah. And
luckily it was right at the end. And so I got to take care of my mom's, I came home and by myself, I had to fly by myself and all that other shit.
Yeah.
My mom went into surgery the next day, had colonectomy, so she has the pouch and shit like that. And then, dude, I'm telling you, right before, I think it was December 2010, and I was supposed to leave by November 2011 to Afghanistan. I'm at home for Christmas leave. Man, my mom has a heart attack right in front of me, man. Like, minute one, thankfully. She's having, like, fucking chest pains, and so we went in, I skipped my fucking leadership, man. I called my platoon sergeant right away, and because like I knew, I had a unique relationship with my platoon sergeant, and I talked to him, and I said, hey, like, my mom's having a fucking heart attack right now, and I'm not bullshitting you, and he's like, all right, we'll extend you about a week. And
AWOL, right? No actual leave.
So on the leave form on the DA-31, you have authorization for extension. It's the there's 3 blocks for signatures.
Yeah.
It's the third one down.
That's right. There's an extension one. Yeah, that's right. Okay.
So got that signed up. Yeah. Hey, no problem. Take care of it, man. I had good leadership back in that day, man. And they say, hey, just fucking take care of it, brother. Take care of it. Everyone called me, man. Everyone called me. I mean, like, I had, maybe correct me if I'm wrong. I don't think I called my platoon sergeant directly. I called my team leader, and he was a specialist, and he just went like directly to him. And I got a phone call back from my platoon sergeant, and hey, take care of it, Okay. Like I said, had a good, and my mom had quadruple bypass, man. Yeah. And literally within 2 days after, I had to go back. And I know what it's like to, like, come back to. I don't know what the point that I was getting at, but
if we're going to the point of a spirit, or some type, either evil or good.
Anyway, and so, like, when I came back home from Afghanistan, I had no one. My parents couldn't make it,
of course,
and anyway, I feel like my mom's always had that like spiritual connection, you know, and I feel like God has always been there.
Yeah.
You know, and I don't give a shit what anyone thinks.
I mean,
believe in God or
yeah,
not, or
exactly.
whatever. I do.
Me too.
And I believe that He's fucking helped me out. And I believe also He's punished me accordingly for the things that I have done. Because I fucked up a lot too.
Oh, yeah.
And I've said His name in vain when I shouldn't have. And, you know, for recent events. And I really punished it. You know, I've been punished. I feel it. You know. But I just feel like, especially when I'm saying, like, with my dad, my dad's been through all this shit, seen death pass. He's died on the fucking table before, and I'm sure he's probably met God, but he's never said it. And I don't know if he even actually believes in it, but but God believes in him, I'm sure. That's what I keep telling him, is that, you know, when it comes down to that point where he said, like, you know, he saw an angel come see him, you know, that same time that we were on the side of the road. He's not the kind of guy to come up to actually, like,
now
say
that
that
event,
shit.
you said you were at the movies when that happened?
We were at, like, the movies.
And somebody in front of him stood up, and
we
was the
We
angel?
went on, like, on I-80 or I-5 or some shit like that in Sacramento. And we ran out of gas, man. And so, like...
But I want to know where was this first instance of the angel? Was it going?
So we kept my dad at home. This was back in the time where, like, my dad didn't go out for anywhere. The last movie my dad saw in theaters was Indiana Jones, the first one.
The Crystal Skull? Or we're
No,
talking about
the
the
first
Raiders
one.
of the Lost Ark?
Raiders of the Lost Ark, back in the 80s,
yeah.
before I was born, you know? And so my dad doesn't like to go out for anything. Maybe he does, like, anyway.
On occasion.
But, like... Yeah. After the situation with my dad's mental health, you know, like couldn't take him because he would go out and he'd light a cigarette and you know, in a fucking gas station, for Christ's sake.
That's how zero fucks he gives.
Yeah. Well, he just doesn't know,
okay.
You know, the difference of right or wrong, and you know, he would tell people, man, he even fucking tells me now, you know, all different kinds of shit. Like when my wife got pregnant, you know, he was like. It's like, well, that's what happens when you screw around, you know. And well, we didn't take it serious. We just laughed at it. Like, haha, you know, shit like that. But that's the kind of guy he was. Because my dad grew up in an environment where, like, he was the one getting fucking abused or hit on all the fucking time. His dad died back in fucking 1955, you know, and my dad was only fucking maybe 10 years old or 11. You know, and my grandfather was born in 1899. Yeah. You know, and he was fucking almost 60 years old, and he died of back cancer.
Wow.
And so grandma, you know, widowed, and she remarried. And the one thing that my dad always fucking says, and I keep getting off topic.
That's fine.
Is that he keeps calling his mom a whore. You know,
right.
Because I think he had some, like, animosity about her remarrying another guy. But he got along with the guy that she remarried. He used to, like, rebuild houses. So, like, my grandmother was fucking, dude, I'm telling you, like, from what I hear, I never met my grandparents. So you have to understand that's how old my parents are.
Yeah.
Is that my grandmother, from what my mom tells me, is that she, on my dad's side, she used to fucking leave the house for, like, months on end and leave him behind for, like, his sisters to take care of, and she will not give a flying fuck about it. Not give a fuck. That's
so she lived her own lifestyle to the point where to escape her reality.
And then when she remarried, you know, obviously I'm sure my dad had some animosity about her being remarried to another guy, but, like, he got along with that guy.
Sure.
He showed him how to, like, rebuild houses. He used to, like, buy old ass fucking broke down houses in Sacramento and rebuild them and sell them. You know, but once Grandma and him died, because he had a couple kids of his own, and then once Grandma died, dude, the other kids, my aunts and uncles, dude, they fucking raided that goddamn fucking estate like it was no one else, man.
They took all the...
My dad helped build a lot of that fucking
estate.
And
he got nothing.
And he got basically nothing, man. Wow. Same thing happened with my aunt that I'm telling you that I loved. You know, she was lesbian, and she was in, you know, in the Navy in World War II. She was in the Pacific, man. Once she died, man, fucking cockroaches came in and took that shit over, man. It just happens, dude. You know, and that's the unfortunate thing, that, you know, and that's the way that my dad's side of the family thinks about it. You know, they're used to getting fucked over. You know, but my mom's side of the family, you know, it's different. Yeah. You know, they show a little bit more emotion and love and stuff like that.
Stuff. Yeah.
You know, and yeah, so like for my dad to say something like anything relatedly spiritual, it's a fucking rarity. You're not going to ever see that.
And because he said it,
and because
it's
said
true.
Yeah, and because he said it, I firmly believe it. You know.
Wow, that's very interesting, man.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
So like, and it was in that same house, and I've told my mom before after getting out of that house, because like at the time when I was younger, I was probably like 8, 9. I don't think we moved out of that house until I was like 10 or 11 years old. But like I remember, man, like laying in my own bed and feeling like I was being watched.
Did you ever see anything that was like apparition?
Besides that pin thing?
That was it, huh?
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah. So I got a one for you. So I was out driving in Vacaville. Vacaville. I was doing the back roads and the country roads off of 80. And I was going to my buddy's house. I was meeting a buddy at another buddy's house. He lives in Vacaville, so I took the back roads to avoid 80. I don't know what highway that was. Actually, I was going home from his house. No, I was going there. I forgot what I was doing. Anyway, it was dawn. Dusk. It was dusk. And it was fair traffic. But driving, and I could see the sun setting, I saw people jogging or walking on the road. It's a two-road highway.
Isn't that like that Death Highway or some shit like that?
So, okay, so you're familiar.
Yeah,
okay.
I know.
I have no idea what. My first time on this highway.
Yeah, okay.
First time. I see joggers or, I see the shadows of them, and so I might pull into this side and let them go, and I go around, I was like, whatever, fuck these guys, who the fuck are these? And I look in the rearview view, and I was like,
they're gone.
Yeah. Dude, I'm getting goosebumps thinking about it. And I was like, dude, that's a little weird.
That's
whatever.
That Death Valley. That's that Death Road. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
I've been down there. My mom's told me about that shit.
Okay.
We've driven about it. It's like because they have the ditches right there on the side.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
It's in the middle of the fields. It's all
Vacaville.
Yeah.
It's
all alfalfa fields.
Yuba City. Up there.
Yuba City's more further, but this is in Vacaville.
Yeah.
Or Fairfield, Vacaville.
Yeah.
Dude, I was like, oh, that's weird. I said, fuck it, whatever, and I kept going. I went to my buddy's house, and we were just chit-chatting, bullshitting, and out of nowhere, I just brought up the subject about how I got here. I was like, yeah, I took this highway to here, and I was like, but the weirdest thing happened. I saw these joggers, 3 shadows, fucking looked like they were jogging or walking, so I moved out of the way, and I turned around, they were gone, and he started freaking out. I was like, are you kidding me? You know what you just saw? You saw ghosts? And I was like, no way. Can we look up what the name of the highway is?
Yeah, hold on.
It's so scary. Yeah, it's so scary that you say that, man.
Yeah. I've heard of it, man.
That's the only another instance I could say that was of a ghost apparition or something. I don't know.
You ever hear of the Winchester Mansion?
Oh, I've been there plenty of times.
Oh, really? Is it as freaky as they say it is?
Nah, man. It's in San Jose. Yeah. I've been there a handful of times. It's a fun thing to go through. As far as it being haunted, man, that's a bunch of bullshit. It's all for the attraction.
Vacaville.
I want to say Vacaville or Fairfield, one of the two.
Ghost haunted Vacaville home.
Try Fairfield.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, try Fairfield. Because I think he lived in Vacaville, and I was driving to Vacaville, and it was in Fairfield. Make sure you put Fairfield, California. Let's try the first one.
I remember seeing this shit, man.
Okay, backcountry. Here we go. Interesting.
Hold on, let me get the one for everyone to watch. All right, you know what they're like. Not Diamond Bar, not Salinas. Listen, Joe, Fillmore, Tulare, Sanger.
Those banners. I've been on there.
Really, Salinas again? What the fuck?
No, these aren't it.
Hold on. I remember hearing this shit, man.
Hold on.
Hold on. Ghost,
California, maybe.
fuck. Hold on.
I think it's Fairfield, bro. I'm pretty sure.
Is it a highway?
It's two lane highway. It's an off road. I don't know, dude. It's a long one.
I know what you're talking about, man. I've heard of it before.
Okay, San Jose.
Stockton.
8 Mile Road's haunted? I didn't know that.
What?
8 Mile Road is haunted? I've been on that all the time.
8 Mile?
Yeah, that's in Stockton.
There, dude. What? I've been out to fucking San Jose once.
Yeah.
Right, and it was to a Metallica concert out in Mountain View, I think it was.
Mountain View's the opposite way of San Jose, but yeah.
But yeah, whatever. Yeah. Out there towards that way. And then, like, I made a fucking, like, a wrong turn into fucking Oakland. And I'm like, yeah, I'm wrong, dude. I know exactly where the fuck I'm at, and I don't need to be here. Milpitas. Singer. Oroville?
Oroville? Really? 70s haunted? Huh.
Child in the 1800s in Mateo County. Dude, I don't know, bro.
Type in Fairfield.
Do you remember the fucking highway name, though?
No, I don't. I do not.
Fuck.
It's in Fairfield. I can tell you that.
It's in Fairfield.
Fairfield.
Dude, fucking Northern California, right? It's my home, dude. It's my fucking home.
Haunted places in Fairfield. Let's just see if we can find a road here.
Susan City, Wednesday Club. What the fuck is this?
I have no idea.
Gay. Bay Area? Oh, hold on. Fairfield, California.
Okay.
I know. I've heard of this shit before, dude.
It was just really odd. It looked like shadows. There was like 3 of them.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I do, man. And for some reason,
At least I'm not crazy. Yeah.
Hold on. I want to see this shit on the map first of all.
Yeah, actually, let's go on Google Maps and see if we can pinpoint it from there. It's not near the factory. It's a little beyond the factory.
Because I think I'm kind of wrong of where Fairfield is, but I'm pretty sure
it's off of 80,
north of Sac, right?
It's south of Sacramento.
South.
Yeah,
oh, south of Sac?
Yeah, Vacaville south of Sacramento. Okay, so here we go.
There's
Vacaville to the left. Go left. Go left. There's Vacaville.
Okay, Fairfield. Okay, yeah.
So that's 80.
Yeah, it is 80. Right in San Francisco.
Okay, so I was on one of those back roads. What is that long road there?
This one right here?
Yeah.
The Cannon?
Maybe is it Cannon? Vanden Road? That's gotta be it.
Vanden Road?
It's gotta be Vanden Road.
Alright,
yeah, it's gotta be.
On Vanden Road.
Yeah, Ghosts on Vanden Road. Holy crap. It's VANDEN.
DN. Whoa, here we go. Here we go. What is this?
No. Go back.
Are you sure that's the road, though?
It has to be Bandon Road. There's Travis Air Force Base. Shit. It was
179, maybe?
It was to the right of 80.
To the so over on this side then. Southbound or what?
No,
we're
going east. We're going east. We're going east. And I'm going this way.
Alright, you go to eastbound from 80. Okay, yeah, so it has to be that.
It has to be
road.
Levanon.
It has to be that one. Or not 12? No, it couldn't be 12. What is this fucking road? No, because you see, it turns into Vanden, but what is this right here?
That's a train or something. I think that's like trade tracks.
Railroad Avenue?
Yeah. It's one of these off-roads, man. And it was the what is 113? See, that's a 2-lane highway.
Where, right here?
Yeah,
113?
113. See if it's 2-lane.
Yeah, of course it is. It's a highway. It's it's within the state. It's up north and south, though.
Let's do that one. 113.
113?
Yeah, let's try 113. I'm trying to remember and pinpoint this shit.
Ghost on. Highway 99. No, man, I don't know, dude.
Delano, San Jose. I've been on Hicks Road. But that's not it.
No?
Uh-uh.
There you are. El Cajon. Chula Vista. No.
There's Sanger again.
Bro, man. These Native Americans doing this. Do you think that like here's Fresno.
It's 99.
Yeah.
The only reason why I know
Anyway,
99 is because of the Bass Pro Shop.
But do you think saying that a lot of these like ghost stories and shit like that, do you think that like Native Americans really have like a big effect on like the fucking
So in
life?
English,
or is it just us wanting to believe that?
I want to go with both. So it's so funny because I was just reading a thing in English about Native Americans and
Because I
like the
believe
peace
I'm
treaty with
1024th
what's that?
Choctaw.
Wait, really?
I said I believe that I am 1024th
Oh,
Choctaw.
all right. What's your name again?
Elizabeth Warren.
Elizabeth Warren. Dude, that's so weird. We can't find it.
No.
But you know what I'm talking about. Wait. Dixon,
I do know what you're talking
Maybe
about.
it's Dixon.
Dixon?
Right there. Go down. Right there.
Right here? Oh, Dixon. Yeah, that's right about right.
Oh, is there anything on there about this?
Hold on. I'm going to runners killed on a California highway. Suspected DUI, CH person. See, it was 99.
I didn't take 99. 99's way
99
far.
near Modesto, struck, killed by car. Hold on.
That was recent, though. No, it
Runners killed.
On Vacaville highways or something?
Ghosts of Highway 20, Oregon.
That's Oregon.
Okay. Hold on. Haunted Bay Area, CBS, San Francisco, Alameda
Yeah.
County. Well, I guess that's Alameda
That's the Hornet.
County.
That is the supposedly
But
haunted.
it's runners, man. I remember.
Runners, walkers, they were some shit, dude, and they were just shadows. Black shadows. silhouettes of humans.
Santa Cruz? No.
Mm-mm.
All right. Well, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, at least I know I'm not the only one. But it was really crazy, man. And that was an experience.
Yeah.
Another experience I had was when I came back from Kosovo. I was really stressed out. They were working us like dogs, and I was married. I was missing my wife because she was in California. I was just really stressed, and I did not want to go out and party anymore. I just was tired. I was ready to be with my wife and settle down, etc. So I was in my room, and I went to bed. My roommate was like, "Hey, I want to be out. I just want to let you know, help yourself to whatever the fridge." I said, "Thanks, man." And I said, "Same as you. If you need anything on my side, you're welcome to it." So he left. He left, and I went to bed. And it was my day off. I went to bed that night, and I turned everything off, and I was in peace, and I went to bed. And sometime in the middle of the night, I was facing my wall on my bed, and there was that feeling again where something was behind me. Yeah, something was behind me. And my hair started standing up. I'm like, fuck. And I thought about it, and I was like, oh, maybe it's my roommate, I forgot his name, just grabbing something. I can hear like footsteps. I heard the door close. And that could be anything. It could be from next door, it can be for whatever. But it distinctly sounded like in my room. Here comes the sleep paralysis. I couldn't move. And I'm staring at my wall, and I'm uncomfortable, and I can't breathe. And I'm like, oh my fuck, man. So there's somebody behind me. And I try to scream or say something. Can't. I hate the saying this because it's just so disgusting, but I felt the breath of somebody talking in my ear, and he spoke something that was so demonic. It scared the shit out of me, dude. The only thing, only way I can explain was like, and I could feel the breath. I could feel the breath.
Like it's speaking in tongues.
Something, and it scared the shit out of me, dude. And I started crying, and I started praying, and I kept kicking my leg to wake up. I woke up, and I stood up to see if there was anyone in there. Everything was completely black. I asked I see if my roommate was in his bunk. Maybe he came in drunk. Nobody here.
You know what? What the fuck was I going to say? I was going to say, controlling your dreams, man. So, I don't have sleep paralysis by any means. I do have, like, sleep issues in the sense of that I have sleep apnea. Mm-hmm. And I wake up constantly throughout the middle of the night. And shit like that. And some nights are better than others.
Sure.
And what I do find myself having, and I don't know if you do, and this may sound weird,
sure,
I can get in such lucid dreams that I have complete control. Or like, I catch myself, and I know I'm in the dream, and I sit there and I go, you do this, and that person does what I want them to do. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
and then I have such terrible dreams. I can have nightmares, or like I guess there's a difference between a nightmare and a night terror. Mm-hmm. So I don't know what the difference is, but like I have a bad dream, right? And I can tell myself that I'm being chased by Chucky, and I can tell myself. What I do is I look at myself and I say, wake up, and I can just go. And then I find myself going through layers of different dreams to wake up. I don't know. This sounds weird. So what I do is I go through different levels of consciousness. So like I tell myself to wake up, and then I go into this, and I know that I'm not out of the dream yet, and I say wake up again, and then like go through this, and then I say wake up, and then like boom, I'm finally awake. You know what I mean? It's kind of weird.
I can say I've had similar.
Really?
Not with the whole levels of trying to wake up, of having full control of the situation.
Yeah.
Where
I could tell a bitch to take off her tits, take off her shirt.
I was going to say that, man. When it comes to sex dreams, I have full control.
I do. Yeah, right?
I'm in love with it, man. Like, I just had one the other night. I can still remember it. It's stuck in my head, which is funny.
Do you ever have those dreams where, like, you're pissing in your dream 4 or 5 times, and then you wake up finally, and then you have to really piss, and you thank God that you didn't piss your bed?
No, I haven't had that. Okay, that's interesting. So going back to the whole lucid dreams or night terrors, it's weird because it's always something different, and it always involves death. Really? And it's disgusting. It's always somebody getting killed or getting shot.
I've had dreams where I stab puppies and shit like that.
Okay, then I wouldn't go that far with me. Me, it's I'm being terrorized, or I'm watching others being terrorized, and I'm trying to survive. But that thing when you said where if I can tell that dream, like
I can tell I'm having a dream.
Yeah, or you can have full control of like destroying whatever it is. I somehow can find myself taking affirmative action, eliminating the threat. Somehow I have a gun now, or there was a dream I had like a couple weeks ago. I was in a car, and the dude next to me was just staring at me, and I'm looking like, oh, that's not right. And I was like, this isn't right at all, the situation. And already I knew, like, I'm going to die. He comes out with a gun. And comes over here and starts shooting at me. And I have no gun. I had no gun, dude. I freaked out. But everything went in slow motion. I remember opening the door. I remember being next to the door. He's coming around trying to kill me. And I have a gun now.
Yeah.
And I eliminated threat. It was so scary, man.
Did I ever tell you that, like, my wife believes, so, like, in like, the Russian culture, they believe that you never tell about your dreams before noon. You always talk about it after noon, after 12.
Why is that?
Because, like,
Why, does it happen?
So, the reason is that, I don't know, man. It's hard for me to believe this because, like, I'm not allowed to whistle in my own house, because they, the Russian culture, they believe, that, like, you whistle in your house, it brings you misfortune.
Really?
That means that if you're whistling in your own house, that you're, free of money and you're free of everything and you're being really obnoxious.
Greedy.
Yeah.
Or not greedy.
Obnoxious.
Yeah.
Obnoxious about yourself. So that brings you misfortune. So it's like, so, and here's the thing is that, and so I converted to my wife's religion of Christianity, which is the Orthodox Russian religion, and a lot of it I do agree with. I really do. I really have a lot of appreciation for it because of its lack of being corrupted so much as of right now that I see here. And anyway, they believe it, or we believe, that you never talk about your dreams before noon. After noon, after 12 o'clock, you can talk about it. Because I guess there's like an intermediation of like waking up and being in the morning and doing your thing, of like a possibility of the dream still coming true, and you don't want those to like really come true, because the only times that you ever talk about your dreams is when bad dreams happen, right? So you never talk about evil before noon, I guess. Something like that. And it's an interesting.
It's just an old wives' tale.
Yeah, it's an interesting concept, and so like my wife and I do that, and she's caught me a couple times. She just, anyway. Because, and another thing that they believe is that whatever you dream, the opposite is what comes true. And I caught this when I told my wife, because there was a period when after we got married, we lived separate. She was in Ukraine and I was here. And we were working out the entire visa thing, and it took over a year, and it was a really pain in our ass, and I had a dream where I was standing in a pond, and I got brushed into water, and it was black and white, and I saw a baby there, And then once we came up, the baby and I came up out of the water together. And then that's when color came in. And I saw a daughter. And I said to my wife before my son was born, I said, we're going to have a daughter first. You know? Obviously, I was wrong.
Yeah.
And so she came up and she said, well, that's what, because the dreams come up to us as opposite.
Interesting.
So you interpret the dream, because the dreams, you know, when we, I guess in the way that, she didn't say this like as I'm telling you right now, but like the way that she described it is like, and the way that I interpreted it is that when our brains pass over into that like dimension or like
that
into
realm.
that cross, you know, it's like, think of it as like, you know, the as the album of the Dark Side of the Moon, as you know, Pink Floyd. You know, it's you know, a single color, the prism, and it just flips into something different.
Correct.
You know, so think of it like the dreams is like that way, is that we see it as, we interpret it as one way, but the actual transcription of what the reality of, or what it's supposed to mean, is the opposite of what we see, you know?
Wow.
And so I'm like, well, yeah, that, you know, that kind of happened, right?
Dude, that's so crazy.
And I'm like, wow, kind of, like, think of us as like recepting light, you know, like I said, from the dark side of the moon, and recepting the light as a crystal, but then like when we bring it right here, you know, the reality gets flipped 180 degrees.
That's so interesting.
Yeah, interesting, right?
I have. It's not more of an opposite dream. When I was on my deployment, and I was still technically dating Jen, my ex-wife, I was like, she was having a rough time. She was upset, and you know, it was like really patchy for both of us. So I prayed, and I remember I was in one of the vehicles. I took a vehicle and I drove it up to the top of the hill on the base, and it was a full night sky. I was supposed to be doing like a security check, but I was really upset. So I prayed, and I was yelling at the car. I was yelling at God. I used His name in vain.
Yeah.
And I said, I want you to, you know, I said, what did I say, man? I asked God to speak to Jen's mother, because Jen's mother had passed. I never got to meet her. She died of cancer in 2011, and it was really dramatic for the whole family. So I think her passing was a big thing in the entire family, especially Jen, you know, because, I don't know, they had some weird connection. I really wish I would have met her. But this is what really scares me. That night that I yelled at God saying I don't believe in you and all this other stuff, and I said, if you're real, tell Jen's mom if she's there, to communicate to Jen that everything's going to be okay. She's going to be fine in life, and I'm going to try my best as, you know, as a future husband to make sure that she gets what she needs.
Yeah.
Jen didn't talk to me for a few days. She calls me, and I was like, I'm really happy. I was like, oh, she's calling me, you know. I finally get to talk to her. I had a day off that day, so I was kind of happy. She was crying, and she goes, I had the weirdest dream. I saw my mother. She talked to me.
Yeah.
I don't want to believe that, but she did say that. I don't believe in ghosts. I don't believe in any of that stuff. Am I a spiritual person? Me with my creator, yes. But shit like that, dude, I don't know how to explain. And I told her, and I said to Jen, she thought I was fucking crazy, dude.
Yeah.
And she still thinks I'm crazy, but she goes, I started yelling at her on the phone. She's like, why are you yelling at me? I said, I'm so sorry I'm yelling at you right now, but you don't understand. This is not normal. This is freaky, and I felt bad. I apologized to her for yelling at her. How can you explain that?
Man.
I told my mom about it.
Let me tell you how I can explain it.
That's weird.
You just can't, brother.
I yelled at God. I said bad things to Him.
Man.
And He did that for me? Why? Well, I mean, look at the situation I'm in.
I'll tell you some things about my recent situation.
Sure.
But just off the line.
Sure.
But when I found myself in Iraq, really thinking that I'm not going to make it out of this, or when I saw an interpreter die and right in front of me, it's it. As weird as it may sound, man, I wasn't really shocked by it. I was more shocked about in my life at that time, being by myself, because my mom was going through her shit.
Yeah, that's right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I really didn't care of
you
dying
accepted it.
Yeah,
you accepted it.
All I felt was guilt about who's going to take care of my mom. That's what really bothered me. And it's I'm at this point in my life where I'm sleeping in a fucking room almost maybe twice the size of this with 5 other people. I don't have any. I just came out of basic training, so I'm used to not having any kind of
amenities and stuff like
or
that.
Amenities, or any kind of person. What do you call it? Being by yourself.
Loneliness.
Yeah. Well, not loneliness, but
privacy.
Privacy.
Yeah.
And I'm having to go into. I'm having to walk down a hallway, and we were literally living in the old Ministry of Defense buildings.
Oh, wow.
In Baghdad, and so our showers were makeshift showers.
Oh shit.
We'll do a funny story on that too. But literally, I'm living in a time of my life where literally it's almost 12 months consecutive. Where I don't have privacy. I have to really either open up and tell people about my problems, or I'm going to fucking go insane.
Yeah.
And then be a dipshit, and fucking want to try to commit suicide and stuff like that. And anyway, what we're getting at?
We're going to the whole thing of communication, dreams, and
kind of stuff like that, man.
Yeah.
It's and so I felt, and they always say this a lot of times too, that when you really feel alone, that's when you get really close to God and stuff like that. And and I'm guilty of that. The only times they ever prayed is when I was in need. That's what they always say.
Yeah.
And but one thing I try to stay consistent about is that I don't ever pray about help me, hand me out something, God.
No.
I say, help me find
guidance.
strength.
You want guidance.
Help me find the guidance. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
And I think that's very important.
Because I think God weeds out those prayers. Yeah. Give me this, give me that. Yeah. It's more of guidance. And that's where it comes back to the conversation earlier, where I want to know knowledge. I ask Him for this stuff. I want to know where to go to. I help to
find the strength.
Yeah. That's where maybe I should word it differently from our earlier conversation. Yeah. That's what I want. Mm-hmm. That's where it comes to the point where I want to know it all.
And I find myself having a such stronger connection to my new Christian faith of the Orthodox and the Russian Orthodox is because, man, you know what we do when we walk into church the very first day? We don't have pews.
What do you mean?
We don't have you don't sit down. You stand. Because no one bows down to God. God is the one that we have to give our strength and everything that we have, to God, and it's that when we walk in, the only ones that are allowed to sit down in any kind of pew is either the pregnant, the old, or the sick.
Gotcha.
Everyone else is equal.
Interesting.
And it's a very interesting concept to me.
Really interesting.
And I'm going to tell you this, that there's only been one church that I've walked into where without, any kind of service, where I broke down and kind of cried. And that was in a church in Dnipropetrovsk, Ukraine. you know, and it was a Orthodox church, you know, and to me, I don't know what it was. You know, I just walked in, you know, and it's just like, oh man, you know, it's like, you know, you see everything about, like, okay, so you have like a Catholic background, you know, and you see all of this other, like, you know, Catholic churches, the Vatican, blah, 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 and you think that, you know, this is the holy of the holy. You know, when I went out there, you know, this wasn't the holy of the holy, you know, back in this day, you know, of the post-Soviet Union, you know, religion was really starting to kind of bring up the, you know, the Russian people and the Ukrainian people, and it was something that, like, you had to really be underground about, even during the Stalin days, you know, like, you couldn't have the faith in God. If you did, you went to the gulag, you know what I mean? So this was like something based off of, and that you're looking up and you see something that, like, survived all this, not just 100 years, but 200, 300, 400 years. You know what I mean? And it's just like, you know, I sat there, man. I was just like thinking, like, what the fuck, you know? And then, like, something just came of me. I'm like, I just like. I had tears coming down. I never had that feeling. I never had that feeling ever growing up in California in my life, where, like, you know, you go into a church. I had no one speak to me. No one. You know what I mean? Everyone else that, you know, that I went to a church to, you know, they say, oh, you know, I fucked up. You know, I cheated on my wife. You know, I want the church to forgive me. And then you have to say, like, you know, and I'm like, you know, looking at my mom thinking, like, what the fuck, you know, like, why, you know? But I went into this place and it's open every fucking day of the week to only, like, see these relics, you know? No one has to talk to you. You come in, you just fucking see this, dude. You had
your mind open, and you were open-minded to the fact that
man. And you know,
the past speaks
to I cried out of nowhere. And I knew this was right for me, you know.
Isn't that interesting?
Yeah, and it was just amazing to me. And I you know, and I still firmly believe this, man. There's no more beautiful churches. I mean, you know, than the ones I've seen in Kiev.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, I've been to a lot of beautiful cathedrals in Europe too. Oh man, they're just, you get that feeling when you walk in there too. I get it. You know. Yeah. But no, that's really interesting, man. Holy crap.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna have to get going, man. I gotta feed the dogs. About 2 hours past their actual time to eat. They're gonna hate me.
Yeah, really?
Yeah.
You don't want to give me 30 more minutes, man?
Jeez.
Oh, come on. You can talk more, man.
I know, dude. There's so much more to talk about. We covered a lot today.
We covered a lot.
What are we at right now, time-wise?
3.5 hours.
Holy crap.
Live, that is.
No shit.
Yeah.
Man, how many views?
I don't know. From what I saw, a maximum of 5 at one time.
Okay.
And I will look on. You can look on there.
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now. What's the eyeball mean?
Current views.
437.
Oh, that's overall then.
Okay, so currently there's 3 people watching.
Yeah, 3.
Interesting. That's pretty neat.
Yeah.
Wow. But yeah, man. That's the story of powers that are unknown to us.
When you get home tonight, though,
yeah,
find that fucking highway. I want to know.
I want to give my buddy a call.
I'm gonna give. Because I remember hearing about that shit.
Dude, it was so weird. Like, I don't believe in ghosts, and then I see this
stuff.
No,
man, I fucking believe them.
No, man, I believe that our mind is so powerful, more powerful than we think. And we are able to control it in ways that we don't even know how to. Which is why I believe, going back to the whole thing with the pyramids and people communicating through other realms or seeing the same stuff.
Dude, I firmly believe in that shit now. After listening to Alex Jones about that, about the crossing over into the next dimension, about like how we like.
Jake.
Hey, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Good. Here, I'll give you a hug. I haven't seen you in a while. Good to see you.
Yeah.
We were talking about craziness.
I know. You've been Matt told me, I was like, how long are you guys gonna take? He's like, oh, maybe a couple hours, and then...
We've gone 3 hours.
We can go longer.
No, I gotta feed
I'm
the
trying
dogs.
to keep them here. Fuck it.
Oh, Matt.
I gotta feed the dogs. But
Keep him here the whole day. He needs to eat too, you know.
I already ate. I'm
You
fine.
did.
Have you seen him? No, you fucking hasn't.
Oh.
Actually, I'm down 11 pounds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Still going to school?
Yeah,
You
yeah.
do?
So I'll be graduating this summer.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, then
So your bachelor or?
no, just AA, just associate.
You going
Yeah.
back to Cali or what?
Yeah, I gotta go back to Cali.
No, he doesn't.
Yeah, I have to. Business opportunity.
No.
I have to.
Okay.
Yeah,
Find a
so we
job?
could pay
Yeah,
fucking
for a
like
job.
90% tax and commie Florida.
Nice. What kind of job?
So it'll be working for my father. My shit, I don't even want to be saying this live.
Hold on, yeah.
Take a break.
Oh, yeah, hold on. Here we go.
Oh, now
Yeah,
fight people show up.
Yeah.
See, they want to hear what I'm doing.